I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully. But disrespectfully is disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans. Poor little girl, man. And I'm gonna tell them where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. The other state. And of course, as always, I'm upset. Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm here with my guy,
the Maniac,
and my other guy,
Kinetic.
Kinetic. Yeah.
Kinetic.
Shout out to my guy, Kinetic.
A lot of energy
He's here.
there, Kinetic. A lot of energy there.
Super energetic. By the way,
I'm chill right now. Like
I know.
I said, it was exactly what I thought.
I'm just messing with you.
I needed that, but because I was not in a jovial mood before Kinetic said Kinetic. Because this was some bullshit. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Out the gate, Ripstar with the super chat. We appreciate you, champ. No more. Listen, I'm a guy that's been defending our head coach, Sharon Moore. I'm gonna still defend him. I'm gonna defend him. This is his first year. We are seeing the coaching lumps, though. All right. There's no denying that. There's no getting around it. By the way, what the hell was that 4th and 4 play when we have driven down the field? There were a couple questionable plays. All in all, final score, what was it? 38-17. 38-17, yeah. Oregon. But I got to give props where they're due. Make-A-Wish Warren is playing very good football over the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry. And if it wasn't for Make-A-Wish Warren, I'm not sure where we would be today. Some guys had opportunities to help him out, make some plays. I'm talking to you, Tyler. He didn't make that play right through the hands. Tyler Morris, I'm sorry. Right through the hands. It is what it is, right? The catch that wasn't a catch by our tight end, which, by the way, again, another coaching faux pas. Come on, bro. That was clearly by the definition of the rule an incomplete pass. You cannot throw away a timeout like that, but he did it. So shout out to that. I'm gonna let you guys cook. Maniac, what were your thoughts?
All right, man. Let's get right to it. Just like the whole season, it just seems every first possession, the offense just takes it right down the field on us, which Oregon did. But you challenge the Coastal Loveland play, but you don't get you don't call a timeout for that first touchdown that should have never been a touchdown. And that official, where you see him, he's looking straight at it. How he misses that ball that hitting the ground. Right? Again, I'm not saying that's the reason we lost, but again, it changes the dynamic of the game. Instead of 7, it's just 3. And Michigan went down, scored a touchdown. It's 7-3. You know, if that's ruled what it was supposed to be, an incomplete pass. So now, okay, Michigan comes out. Offense looking so-so. I noticed that laterally, we couldn't do nothing going lateral. They were too quick. It's like, yo, you got to attack the heart. When we started doing that, we started having success running the ball. Now, again, Oregon is Oregon. I want to give a shout out to them. They the number 1 team. They beat us. No excuse. Look, Michigan played tough, man. Wink made the adjustments in the second half. Now, if we could get that defense for the entirety of a game, which that's what we thought coming into the season, that's the defense we saw in the second half the whole season, then this game is more than winnable. We probably win the game. But it's just too much inconsistency with this team. The offense looking good, then it sputters. Defense looking horrible, then you look good. But it's too late by then. Right. We need one first quarter to the fourth, man. We got to put it together for a whole game. We just can't. But, you know, Davis Warren, shout to him, man. What a game. 0 interceptions. 2 touchdown passes back. Yo, just like, but Tyler Morris made a good catch on that first touchdown. Same thing with O'Leary. That was, in traffic. So listen, it looks like he's getting better. And I said consistency. And you know what? That's 2 weeks in a row for Davis Warren. If he's getting better, man, I'm telling you, by the time we go to Columbus the 30th, the chances get better beating them, because that team is a fraud. I don't care what anybody tell me. But Oregon scoring at the end, you know what? Like I told you guys before we went live, I'm okay with that. You know what? That's hold that. National champions. Everybody, you know the saying? Everybody kicks you while you down. This is what's happening in Michigan.
Sure.
It is what it is.
Philip LeMay makes a good point, and I wanted to. We're gonna touch on this, but I gotta let my guy cook. Kinetic. What were your thoughts?
So as usual, I'm gonna be the little optimist here. I'm gonna be the one that's try to be a little bit more positive here. I'm not upset over it. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be going in. I think that we all had inflated expectations throughout the offseason, in large part because we were told and given information that wasn't true out of camp. We thought that the team was going to be better, but taking a realistic look at what we've been this year on the field, I see us getting better. I see improvements being made. I see the team coming together more. I see the offense clicking more. I see the defense clicking more. I do see the adjustments that Coach Moore's starting to make. I'm seeing the adjustments that Wink is starting to make. Still some boneheaded calls here and there, of course. But if you look over the weeks, it is getting fewer and fewer. They're learning from it. They are getting better. It may not be happening as fast as we want it to be, but it is happening. Davis Warren's getting better. The team overall is progressing. Obviously, we wish that they would have been closer to where they are now at the start of the year. But I still hold to what I said the very first time I called in on the show, was that they had a shortened off season to deal with everything they were dealing with, to install their system, to get everything together. I want to see when they go through this whole season and have a full off season to install everything that they want to install with full NIL support. I think without the wholesale changes that a lot of people are calling for, I think we're going to be better next year, no matter what, including at the coaching level. I think Wink's going to show that he's better. I think Sharon Moore is going to get more experience as a head coach. He's going to learn. He's going to make the adjustments. He's going to progress as a coach the way we want him to. I don't want to see us turning on the team and on the staff, man. I've been saying it from the beginning. I'd like to see us not be like other teams' fan bases that turn on our team in a down year.
Listen, everything you said makes sense, and everything you said is logical. I agree with some of what you said, but right now, nobody want to hear that bullshit, Sharif. Here's the thing: what Ripstar is saying, Davis Warren not bad. Davis Warren was not bad. I gotta, like I said, Make-A-Wish Warren last 2 weeks has been nothing short of very good. The Ducks touchdown, that first one, should have been reviewed. It was not a touchdown. That's absolutely the truth. Special teams penalty was ridiculous. That's high level ridiculosity by the coaches. High level ridiculosity. And then the coaches lost this game. I stand by this statement. I endorse this statement. Ripstar for president. That said, shout out to Ripstar for another super chat, by the way. Here's the thing. I came into this game a guy that liked Dan Lanning. I was like, yo, Dan Lanning is a good guy. I like his fight. I like all of that. However, by the way, we see you we got the color. We're gonna get to that. By the way, the link is in the description. Anybody want to hop up. We didn't put it in the chat this time. It's in the description. All right. Darren Talks Ball is here, by the way. Shout out to Darren. I was just on with Darren last week. Shout out to Darren. We're gonna get to everybody, I promise. All right, look. Dan Lanning, like I said, was a guy that I enjoyed. And I thought, good coach, all of that. But bro, what was that touchdown at the end? I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. I don't like trying to run the score up right there just for, just to make it look like something it wasn't, right? You did come in here. You guys won the football game. We're taking nothing away from that. However, don't make it seem like this was a 38-17 game. By the way, one of those scores is a gimme. That the ref spotted you a touchdown. Um, and Michigan, for the most part, was in the game. When we'll get to the boneheaded play calls in a minute, I promise. And after this super chat, we'll start bringing on callers. Dom says, "Love Coach Moore, but a humiliating loss to the other state should wake him up. Inconsistency has been the only thing consistent this year."
Yo, right on the
Pretty
nose.
much. And shout out to Dom for the super chat as well. Let me make sure we're not missing any super chats. We are. Mr. Jones, $4.99 super chat. We appreciate that. Yeah, the team is getting better after 9 weeks, but why does that matter if all these players are leaving? I was thinking the same thing, Mr. Jones. That is absolute truth. Yeah, the team is getting better, but so what at this point? I agree with that. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. Ripstar again. Moore ain't top tier coach. Kurt reason for DW progress.
Let me respond to that. Madman. So, First of all, why does it matter? Well, it matters because not everybody is leaving. The top stars are leaving, yes, but we still got some people coming back. We got a young coaching staff in their first year that's showing that they're getting better going into next year. We've got a first-year head coach that is getting more experience and showing that he can progress and learn from mistakes and make the changes that are needed. We got new recruits that are at the game that are seeing how he adapts, how he adjusts, and how everything's improving. So just because we got players leaving every year. But if we see improvements, it's still a good thing. There's still a point to it. Obviously, I've seen some comments. Obviously, Coach Moore is a first-year head coach. Does Michigan make a habit of hiring people to be a head coach at Michigan in their first year? No, they don't.
Hey, this thing's stacked
As
up.
I've said before.
Very stacked up.
As I've said before, I'll try to make this quick. Coach Moore is in his first year. He deserved that job. It was the right hire at the time. But that doesn't mean just because we're Michigan and because he was the right hire that we're going to magically skip the first year growing pains as a head coach. We knew what we got when we hired him. We have to rock with him through the early growing pains. Let him become the coach he's going to become here at Michigan. It's not how it normally happens, but that's where we're at right now. Let's stop with the fire more. Let's let him grow. He's going to be great.
Yo.
We got to get there with him.
Yo, all right. No, there's things in there I agree with. By the way, Terrence, welcome. By the way, we're gonna get to every caller. We are very backed up. I know. We'll get to you, Terrence. How you feeling?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, champ?
Chilling regular.
Oh, I can go?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, my take on from the game was, like, I'm with y'all. I'm a realist. Like, I didn't think that we was going to win, but like watching the game and you just seeing how like everything like unfold. To me, it's just 100% on the coaches, 100% on the coaches, and it's been like that all year. Like the defense was terrible in the first half, and then they end up stepping up a little bit better in the second half. It's just everything is just too inconsistent. And the thing about like Wink Martindale is what people got to realize is he comes from that NFL, and I think with him, what people got to understand too is like. He has like that NFL coaching mindset in terms of, okay, we do bad this series. It's okay. We'll be better next series. Like, you know what I mean? Because, in the NFL, the game is never over. But in college, you have 2 bad possessions. And if your offense can't do nothing, it's going to be hard to come back from that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have a Lamar as your quarterback or, or Peyton or – so, you can have a couple bad possessions on defense, and then in that second half, the whole game could flip upside in the NFL. Like, we see that every week where one team may be owning the first half and then the second half, the other team is a whole new team. Whereas though as in college, you can't have that mindset because guys are not those like caliber players. So, it's important that you really, really make good calls throughout the game because it's going to be hard to come back from, especially if you know your offense is not, you know what I mean, capable of scoring that many points. You know, and also too, when it comes to like the coaching hires and things like that, I just think Sharon should have did like the Jim Harbaugh thing where he, you know, whenever Jim needed a coach, what did he do? We all know he called Big Bro. Like,
Call Big Bro, right?
Yeah, like, hey, who we need? And he gave him two great names, like two, and
Right.
he was able to get one of them, and the other one was basically still in the waiting. You know what I mean? So it was like, Sharon, like, why didn't you call Jim, or hell, even call his Big Bro, or even call Jesse or McDonald and go, who do you think is capable of doing exactly what y'all did?
Now, Lamar Morgan is the product of that, right? He did make the call. Jesse Minter, you know, said that, pretty much validated Lamar Morgan for the hire. But yeah, I agree with you.
In terms of the coordinator, though, because like I get a lot of those guys came from up under him, but I mean, I'm just like, it's not the same. Like, they're not, you know what I mean? Like, it's
not the
definitely
same.
It's definitely not the same. So it's like, and then you know, and to me, like, that's a whole nother issue. You know, I spoke on this before. You got national championship guys on that defense, and then you're coming in doing some new things with guys that are already been here, which is very, very hard, because we see also too, it happens everywhere. You go to the NFL, quarterbacks get new coordinators, it takes them time. So even at the highest level, it takes guys time, a year or 2 years, to pick up on what the coordinator is doing. So you're trying to get college kids that just won a national championship to do something different than what they've been doing the last 2-3 years. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, why not bring in somebody that can do exactly what you've been doing the last 3-4 years to make it easier on them?
I like this guy.
Now,
man. He's echoing a lot of the same things I've told you.
Hold on, T, because we got a bunch of callers stacked up.
Do your thing. I'll come
back.
back.
I'm gonna drop you. You can come back. Yeah. All right. I listen. He was saying a lot of things that, you know, are the truth, right? This is sometimes you do got to put your pride aside. I think he should have done that with Steve Clinkscale. I'm gonna be real with you, but I digress. We got callers. Cam, what's good?
What's good, y'all? Go blue.
Go blue, baby. Go blue.
Man, this is the product of the season, man. Let's be honest. This is the product of the season.
Facts.
Right. It's the product of our season. It even go ahead.
My bad, Cam. I just got to get this super chat out the way. Ripstar says more is Diet James Franklin, Signetti, or more next year. I'm going more, by the way. Signetti is a very good coach. He just proved it again today, but we can't switch gears right now, especially right now with what's going on. But give me more. All right, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's how the season went. This is how the season went. So the first play. We've been talking about the first play. What we known for doing the first play of the game, y'all. 3 and out. 3 and out. What did the defense do? Let them march right down the field and get a field goal, because I ain't gonna count that as a touchdown. That's a field goal. Everybody in the world know that was a field goal. So then they do trickery. They do this, they do that, and it's not going nowhere. And I was screaming at the television the whole time, telling them they are too fast to sideline to sideline. Once we start punching them in the mouth, we start moving the ball. When you start acting like you ain't scared of these guys, we start getting points on the board. Beginning of the game, we was playing like we was scared of them.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, listen, you ain't gonna get no arguments out of me. We got to start doubling up on the callers. That's how many fucking callers are in the queue. Shout out to that.
Good, though.
By the way,
everybody up here.
Love the support, guys.
Huh? Yeah.
I want everybody up here. Cook. We need. This is where.
And y'all, I'm
to voice your opinion, man. We the voice of Michigan football right here. There you go.
Oh,
right,
I'm gonna everybody in, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man.
Look like tic-tac-toe in here.
Crazy.
I get it, Coach Moore first year here, y'all, but he know Michigan way. He been here for at least 4 or 5 years. He know how to win. This season right here ain't Michigan way.
Yeah, but this season ain't really. I mean, look at with what he's having to deal with, as I pointed out before. It's not all on him, man. This falls more.
Yes, it is, because I'm gonna tell you why. If he win the whole thing, we gonna talk about him. We gonna say Coach Moore gave us a national title, so we got to be on him. He is the CEO of Michigan.
That's a surface level take, man. When you look at everything he was handed, it wasn't his fault that Ward Manuel didn't give Jim Harbaugh any NIL support for the last.
Well, that's not.
Well,
what we found out is that's not completely. That's not completely true.
Well, but compared to the other schools, I mean, we've got talent and depth compared to mid-level schools, but we don't have talent and depth compared to the top level schools.
Yeah, but Jim Harbaugh has to take some of that.
Yes,
has to take a lot of that because he was flirting with the NFL for 3 years.
Absolutely, but what I'm saying is that's not on Coach Moore. Coach Moore was handed a team with 3 years of lackluster recruiting classes, and he's doing what he can with it.
No, he's not, bro. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Hold on, Cam. Kinetic. First of all, offensive, we know we was only bringing back one starter, which is Colston Loveland. So we know on the offensive side, we was going to see some bumps and bruises. Not to this extent, but we knew there was going to be bumps and bruises. Don't tell me nothing about the defense.
Thank you.
Because it's no excuse about defense. And then we brought the architect. We brought the architect of our defense the last 3 seasons, right? Whatever it is, he was the originator. He's not looking like it, but I'm just saying. So, all right, offense, maybe we could say, okay, cool, but not defense.
But on the defense, we are losing. We don't have the depth. We don't have the talent to rotate. And as it was pointed out earlier, we got a guy that came from the NFL that's having to adjust to the college game. That's not an overnight thing as much.
But hold on, bro, because Mike McDonald had to come from the NFL to the college game, right?
Mike McDonald didn't have 25 years of doing things one way, though.
Which would make me believe that Wink Martindale should be very amiable and malleable, rather, and be able to do something different. But I digress. Listen, we got mad callers. Let's let them cook. Donovan Love, what's good?
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
We good, champ. How you feeling?
What's up, man?
It wasn't a terrible game today. I just, obviously questionable play calling towards the end of the game.
Right.
We all saw it. Davis Warren, he played well, for that little stretch, and then he started to sub-orgy, and you got to go with a high hand at that point. Shit, they couldn't stop Loveland. Why we stopped throwing the ball to him? Like I said, 4 down territory. You got 4 chances to to get in the end zone. We cut it to 7. Now it's a different ball game. But we do what we did. Everybody saw that. But I mean, I think the success from the past couple of years, man, is starting to. I think that's what's hurting us this year. I mean, Harbaugh is such an old school guy, and obviously, we're starting to catch up now. In terms of, I feel like we're starting to catch up to the game a little bit. Obviously everything was very old school with Harbaugh, and now I think that they're learning. They're learning from this season, and I think next year. I don't know how good we'll be next year. I think it'll be better, but I'm just kind of looking ahead to that now because I really don't see. I don't know. I don't even know if we get 6 wins at this point. It's very frustrating, to be honest with you. And next week, going to IU, it might be a bad one for us. I ain't gonna lie to you, but like I said, positive to take away, but obviously, some of the same mistakes that we've been seeing for the whole year. So,
no doubt. Before we respond to Donovan here, shout out to Mr. Jones with the super chat. How are you doing trick plays with one receiving option? Then you got Sharon Moore challenging plays out of pure emotion. That's a fact. I knew that pass was incomplete. How he don't? That's coaching malpractice. Listen, I can't argue against this, right? All the things are pointing towards, what you guys are talking about with Sharon. However, it is the year one, man, and that challenge was completely emotional. look at you emotional. And he should not have done it. Right, everybody. I was at home. I was in the comfort of my home. I was watching on my couch and saw that's an incomplete pass. But he challenged it anyway. That's neither here nor there. But absolutely, and Donovan, you made great points, right? It's year one. It's so many things that need to be fixed. Next year, it does look a little murky, depending on what they do in the portal and all of that. Everybody's leaving that defense.
Man, I think we need to attack the portal. That's the most
Right.
important thing. If we don't, we're going to be in trouble. We have no
And
depth
by
now.
all the accounts, they are.
They
They're prepared money wise to attack in the portal.
Yes.
So that's the only good thing I'm taking out of this, right? But absolutely, Donovan, we appreciate you calling in. First time caller too. We appreciate you calling in, bro. Stay with us.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work through. I got my guy Luke up here. We're gonna get to Luke. But Troy, you were next in line. What's good?
Okay, gotcha.
Let Luke go. I'm very interested to hear what Luke's got to say.
No doubt. Luke Dog McKnight, the Oregon fan, was just on with us live on Monday. Obviously, his team won. What's good, Lucas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, if there's one thing I can take from this game, it's that there's only one coach that may be able to outcoach Dan Lanning, and he's playing football right now against Florida. You're not going to outcoach Dan Lanning. We showed that. I can't believe this guy outcoached Franklin, which is pretty hilarious, and obviously Ryan Day as well, also equally hilarious. I'm excited. That last touchdown was a little questionable, but I think that was more than against you guys. I think it was more of a statement to the rest of the country.
That's what my man Maniac said. Right.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it was a statement. I think it was if we have the opportunity, we're just going to score, and we're going to score a lot. They said it in the broadcast. If you can't score at least 28 points, you're not going to beat Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's proven to be true. Shout out Davis Warren, man. I mean, that guy balled out, and it scared me at the end. I don't know whose idea it was to not put the ball in his hands on that fourth down. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Especially for that play. If that was Kirk Campbell, that is malpractice, and he should be fired immediately. Immediately.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. I was sweating that whole drive. I mean, even if you're going to run orgy there, just run the ball. Just try to run the ball. I mean, he was doing some work against us on that drive. I mean, just run the ball. That play call is terrible. Shout out Mateo Uyunglele for sticking with orgy out there. I know that wasn't
very smart. And
wasn't even his responsibility, exactly. and went out there. But yeah, it was a good game. I think the odds, even though I'm a big Ashton Genty fan, but I think that Dylan Gabriel Heisman odds are just going up and up by the day.
He definitely helped himself,
especially after that performance. But at the same time, this isn't the same Michigan. I mean, it looked a lot like 07. It was like, a Michigan team that, just is struggling a little bit, and Oregon was just a better team. We kind of predicted this. I actually predicted 42-17 before the game on my Twitter. We got pretty close to that. But yeah, man, it was a good day for us. And Sharon Moore needs to go to I don't know, maybe he needs to go sit down with Harbaugh for a day or two and just take some coaching lessons, because, that challenge coming down to one timeout at the end, that's just that you don't do that. That's terrible.
Yeah. So Luke, let me ask you this. Two things. One, I'm sorry for your injury on your receiver. What's the status on him?
Just about to ask that.
I mean, it's not looking great. Obviously, they got to do all their MRIs and whatnot to see what's going on, but he looked pretty bummed on the sideline. I'm kind of worried about it. Obviously, we proved that even without him, we got guys like Trayshawn Holden. I think he had 150 today. Had an absolute great game, but It sucks, man, because that guy he has worked so hard to get to this point and to be on a great team. And I mean, he averages 8 catches a game. He's clearly our best player in the receiving core, and I feel bad for him. I'm hoping that it's just dislocation, something like that, something that he can work back from. But it didn't look good.
Wasn't that Holden was the one who had the ball, the touchdown catch over?
No, that was Evan Stewart.
That was Evan Stewart.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my last scene, Matt, I want to tell Luke.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you remember, but on Monday, I told you if this is natty or bust. After today, are you still feeling that way? I mean, look at Georgia's just pulled away from Florida late. They're gonna win, but they was neck and neck. You seen Ohio State, they didn't look too good. Yes, they won, tough environment. I'm telling you, the mindset of a Duck fan should be natty, because I don't see you guys being this good next year, maybe in 2 years, but this is the best chance, because if we look at the whole state of college football, there's really no clear-cut number one team unless that Georgia defense that showed up against Texas shows up and nobody wins.
But isn't Oregon the clear-cut number one? I don't want to disrespect Oregon.
No, they are. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'll respond to that. I do think Oregon, to me, because this is one of those games I've seen so often as an Oregon fan where even mid-game, like I was worried about it before the game, but even mid-game when you guys are driving down at 17-31, I'm like, oh man, we're puttering. We're fading away. This is a game I've seen so often, and we were able to actually put it away. Something that a lot of Oregon teams haven't done in the past. And and after Georgia's performance today, obviously Ohio State looks shaky. I think we broke those guys. I think I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this on Monday. This is the first time I've ever seen where like Oregon is the clear best team in football right now, and I don't think there's a lot of argument. I know that there's that one idiot that keeps putting Georgia as number one. He just won't put Oregon as number one. He's the only guy that votes for Georgia to be number one over Oregon, but I think Oregon's the clear number one, and it's honestly terrifying.
Yeah,
terrifying for me, because if we can't get it done this year, I don't know if we ever will.
I mean, I all respect for Oregon, man. Like I said earlier, Oregon fans have been nothing but good interactions for me. Better team today. Congrats on the win. I hope y'all go and win the Natty. The only people really hating on Oregon right now is Ohio State and Georgia. And that's just because those two teams see them coming.
Listen, I don't mind you guys winning. Like I said, I don't care who wins the Natty as long as ain't them guys down south. That's it. I don't care.
Well, we'll try not to let that happen. I know we failed you guys last time, but we'll try. We'll do our best.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, Sko Ducks, bro.
Hey, go Ducks, and I think you guys. I do think you guys are going to get your shit together. I don't think it's dark days for Michigan football. There's a lot to look up from, even from this game. Kept it competitive. I think that was the best offensive performance I've seen you guys really play all season, outside of maybe the USC game where you guys were running all over them, but it was the best passing game for sure that I've seen all season, and there's a lot to look forward to, I think, if you're a Michigan fan.
No doubt. Lucas freaking McKnight. Hey, stay with us, Luke. We're gonna get to these other callers too. Next in line, my guy Steven. How you feeling, man? Before Steven, before you go, shout out to Mr. Jones again with the super chat. I do want to shout out the true freshman safety. He was always in the right place. That's a fact. I'm guessing he's talking about Mason Curtis in this instance, who is a true freshman, a converted linebacker, actually playing some safety. So shout out to Mason Curtis.
Dog.
But all right, Steven, how you feeling, man?
Can y'all hear me? Oh yeah,
We
you
can hear
can.
you loud and clear.
So I watched this objectively and subjectively, and I'm gonna be real, man. I'm gonna be real. I think this is the start of Coach Moore's origin story. Here's why. His villain origin story. If you saw the look on his face, like he looked like, okay, we ain't that good. Okay, I see you, Lanning. And at the end of the game, remember Lanning whispered something in his ear. I think he apologized for the late score. But the look on Coach Moore's face was like, yeah, we play again in 2 years. I got something for you. I'm just gonna wait, but I got something for you. And this is the first time I saw him show some emotion. Like when Pierce lined up over the center, and that 4th and 4 became Oregon ball. He said dumb. I don't cuss, but he said dumb ass. That's like he was pissed at the player. Imagine how he gonna talk to them coaches. I think what we're seeing, objectively speaking, is him knowing I have to do this. I don't want to be this mean dude, but to win, I'm gonna have to be this person. And kick Michigan now. Kick them while they're down. This is gonna be your best chance because in the next 1 or 2 years, it's a wrap. If they get like Derek Meadows, listen, Derek Meadows was not there for no reason. Bryce Underwood was not there for no reason. I'm telling y'all, it's big bank take little bank. Michigan is on a mission. So you better get Michigan now. As far as the coordinator, Kirk Campbell is so bad. He would if Michigan could be at the 1 yard line. Kirk Campbell would call a flea flicker at the 1 yard line, bro. That's how bad this dude is as an OC. I've never seen anything like it. You had Samaj Morgan throwing when has Samaj Morgan ever thrown a pass outside of
Bruh.
his
Hey,
accuracy?
bro, I don't know what that was, man.
That was
Man.
we
I don't
ran
know
So
that
what
I,
that
same
was.
play. We ran that same play in the TCU game in our first drive in the
I
playoff.
remember that.
With, with
I'm
I thought they burned
right.
that page in the playbook. That
They should
whole
have.
page needs to be set ablaze.
They should have,
Um,
I'm also gonna say that as far as Hall, I mean, and we got to realize too, Will Johnson and Jair Hill didn't play. Would
that's
it
a
have been
fact.
the same? No, it wouldn't have. I think Michigan probably would have kept it way closer. Michigan probably could have won that first touchdown. Hey, we ain't like them other fans. We're not going to complain. It is what it is. It shouldn't have been a
exactly,
touchdown.
exactly.
Hmm.
But I will say that isn't it Amir Hall? I've never seen a player so slow he can't play cornerback, safety, or linebacker. He's
Hey,
that
yo,
slow. He can't play any of them. Like you 190, 200 pounds. Did y'all see him running behind them? It's like they
I
were.
did.
It's like he was like it's like tag you're it. Just run as fast as you can and let me look like bro. That dude is he. I'm 43. I can outrun this dude in pads and help. You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm thinking that, like I said, but remember this. Michigan's gonna be better. I hate what I'm seeing, but I think Moore knows what he has to do. But today they showed heart. That's all I wanted. They're gonna be better. I'm not as mad as I could be, but I think they're gonna make some changes. We just gotta give it time. Like you said, Coach Harbaugh didn't always get it right. He had a year where he had a bad start. This is
Absolutely.
Coach Moore's 1 year. This is his one off. He doesn't get any more of these.
Hey, Rip
So
So
Star,
what
I'm
you're
watch
gonna
your
leave it. I'm
mouth.
gonna leave it there.
Watch your mouth, man.
so what you're saying is that I'm not gonna have to see on Twitter for the next, 3-4 weeks that touchdown that didn't get called back.
You're gonna get some fans. They're
Hey,
Now
gonna be,
you'll see it. You'll see
but
it. And
right here,
yeah, go ahead.
right here on this show, we're not using that as an excuse.
I
I
got
mean,
I I got
Yeah,
the other
it
state
is what it
fans still
is.
talking about that 1 second.
they cry. That's all they do is
That,
cry.
Yeah,
that,
that ain't gonna stop until next year until they
and
suddenly
let me get one
switch
last
from
thing on my last
Michigan
point.
to that year.
Who's the guy at the beginning that talked about the portal and how Coach Moore had disadvantages coming into the year? Who was it? The guy at the
Kinetic,
top on the right.
Kinetic.
Kinetic.
That's
I live in
Kinetic.
Alabama,
Him
bro.
over there.
So Kinetic. I live in Alabama. Like Nick Saban, like when you win a championship, you have to be prepared for what's next. Coach Saban always talked about when he said he used to hate getting in the BCS or because it put him behind in recruiting. But what he did, he had guys assigned to certain players. So when they had to go coach in championships or whatever, you had analysts who did their job for them. Coach Moore knew what time it was. They came up with a national championship. So him not having time in the portal, having recruited, that's an excuse, bro. It's a built-in excuse. Coach Saban is literally the greatest of all time. He made time for it. And he
Yeah,
had Coach Moore could have watched him for 10 or 15 years. So that's not an excuse. I'm sorry. It's just not, bro.
no. Nick Saban never had to deal with what Coach Moore had to deal with in his first offseason. You look at like I said, 3 or 4 years of lackluster recruiting because we didn't get the support to be able to compete with the other big teams. So we don't have the depth coming in for the last few classes. You got
How was it lackluster when they won a championship and they lost 3 games?
You got the previous head coach flirting with the NFL for 3 years. That hurt recruiting. You give Moore the reins coming in at the end of January. He's not officially hired till February. Doesn't have his staff together till March. They already missed the winter portal. They didn't have a full spring camp, and he had to go into the spring game and then the spring portal. We didn't have any NIL support to speak of until June, so the spring portal was already closed. So you coming into a year, your first year as a head coach, with a shortened off season, with one of the toughest schedules this year in college football, with a team that hasn't had good recruiting for the last 3 years and no NIL support. Nick Saban never had to deal with that.
Some of their best players were 3 stars, bro. They developed. We're not doing that. Some of the best players were 3 stars
in Alabama. Yeah,
my man. They lost 3. Though nobody was complaining about the recruiting classes when they were going 43 over the last 2 years, were you weren't complaining about that? So I don't want to hear that. Bro, you said they was behind recruiting. They had good recruiting classes.
To be fair to Kinetic Steven, nobody was complaining about those recruiting classes because we didn't have to see them on the field. We had 4th, 5th, and 6-year players on the team there. The COVID year gave people like Jack Tuttle a 7th year. So like those people, we didn't get to see those people for the most part. But I see what you're saying. Absolutely. Let's not bog down with this. Ripstar has a question here. How UM have 105 rushing yards? Mullins has been MIA the last 2 games. That's a fact. Listen, over the last 2 games, I'm gonna be real with you. The Don has been a better running back, and he probably should be getting more carries at this point. You got to feed the hot hand. I heard somebody say that. Maybe it was Steven. You got to feed the hot hand. Whoever said it. And that goes with the quarterback situation too. On 4th down, my guy Orji should not have been in that game, but that's a whole different thing. 105 yards is not good enough for this Michigan team. Or with this personnel, 105 rushing yards is not going to win a lot of games, and you see it play out here.
The rushing game cooking and have Davis Warren on like he has been, we'd be in a lot better place.
He got 8 carries. How many yards he had with those 8 carries?
I'm gonna drop down. I know y'all got people. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. Appreciate you.
No, hey, shout out to you, Steven.
All right, Steve-O.
Before we get to Mar, Lich Max, you've been waiting for a minute.
Nah, you ain't got to get to me. I was just, listening to y'all, man. I was just listening to y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was just listening to y'all, man. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Because
hold on, Mark. We're gonna get to you.
Yeah. All right,
Lich Max, go ahead.
Oh, did you say go ahead? Sorry.
Yeah.
So I think, given the expectations that we had for that game, I think we did arguably what was expected. We lost. We could have done better on defense, that's for sure. I think a lot of it comes down to not having our weapons on defense, which, I mean, that still shouldn't have been an excuse. We should have been prepared knowing that we were coming up against a really tough defense. And I mean, not defense, sorry, wrong word. Offense, a really tough offense. Like, I mean, the defense was tough too for our offense, but we did the best we could to manage that with the weapons that we had available to us. I still think we should have seen more of Mullings and Edwards on the field at the same time running. I didn't get to see a lot of the game because the game cut out on me due to where I was, but I seen the opening quarter, or the opening first half, and then I saw the ending quarter. I didn't see a lot of the third quarter, but from what I saw, like we were doing all right for, I mean, what we had available to us, given the players we had, but we definitely could have done a lot better on defense. That's for sure.
The defense definitely let us down in that first half, especially. Yeah.
And that's the problem. Someone, I don't know if it was Cam who mentioned it. Right now, we're not a team that's built for comebacks, right? We're teams that want to be in a fist fight. That's the way we're going to win games. That's the way we've won all our games, and fist fights. So once we get into a shootout, we don't have that bulletproof vest. Michigan don't have a bulletproof vest because we can't get into a shootout. Once we get into it's done. And Oregon eclipsed 30. Once they eclipsed 30, we kind of know it was done. But we were knocking on the door, 31-17, about 8 minutes left. We're going to throw one of the worst plays we did all season.
Yeah.
Why? 4th and 4. Put it in Warren's hand. He's been playing good. This is the problem. The play calling sometimes at the wrong times. And it bit us. So I know people are going to look at this game, but I know Rip Stars mentioned it. Listen, this was a winnable game for Michigan. Anybody says otherwise is capping. I'm just being real. We were right there, about to be a one-score game. We called a bad play. So right there, after that, that just took the air out the team. You can kind of see it. And that was that, man. So we got to live with it. Now we got to face another offensive juggernaut, but this time on the road in Indiana. So
we got to stop too far away.
Juggernaut, bro.
Offense. I said offensive juggernaut. I didn't say they're a juggernaut. Offensive. Because they've been averaging like 40 again. They dropped 40 something on Michigan State and Michigan State. We barely scored 20 on them at home.
That's Burger King Tech in
right.
The YMCA in Duluth.
But our offense is Taco Bell A&M.
That's a fact.
Speaking of that game between Lil Bro and IU, we at the same point in both games, both Michigan teams had the same score deficit.
Damn it.
14 and 10 at the same point in both games.
I think we could be called ramen you right now.
Hey, Troy texted me during the game, said he about to order a box of ramen.
No, a crate.
Shout out to Troy.
A crate of ramen.
A crate. Facts. Look, so Lich Max, again, appreciate you coming through. We're gonna drop you. Troy, we're gonna drop you for a second. We do have somebody we've been calling out here decided to call up. We're gonna bring you back though. Both of y'all stay right there in the backstage. We'll get to you in a second. Marmar, what you got to say, my brother?
I mean, progress is progress. I mean, I like, what Warren was doing. We just didn't run the ball enough.
This is a fact. Whoever that man is,
because
fire him.
Listen, Edwards was getting, Edwards was getting in there. Like he was getting yards.
Yeah, he was definitely the best.
I don't know why you didn't set the run up, then use the play action. Again, Warren do better getting out the pocket, throwing the ball. He does. That's his success. He remind me of that one kid. I call Warren Davis Warren a two-star Davis. JJ. Because he can. Hey, listen. He gets out the pocket. JJ used to get out, do better on getting out the pocket. So I just felt like they should have set it up more. And that, that fourth down call with Shamaz Morgan, I think that was atrocious. I don't know why you didn't run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Either with Orgy or, let Edwards cook. And, like you said, we would have been in the game. It would have been a 7-point game. You don't know what happens after that. Something.
All the pressure goes back to them.
Yeah.
The pressure's back on Dan Lanning and Oregon. Now, granted, they had proved that they could move the football, but that defense had been playing better in the second half.
Yes, they did. They held them to 10 points. Right. The coaching. It's the coaching. That's it. I mean, that's my sentiment. I like progress. I think we can. Again, I'm gonna be rooting for my boys next week.
Of course,
they probably can pull that off. We're gonna say probably. So yeah, man, it's just a lot right now. Like you said, somebody said, I think it was mad at that kicking us while we down. Steve said it. They're kicking us while we down. That touchdown that they rubbed in our face. I went on Twitter and told them. I said, "Hey, if y'all come back for next year, all of you, y'all can go back and do that.
Right.
That team will be well equipped."
Yo, my son just texted me, said we got cooked. Hey, anyway, shout out to that Mar. We gonna just stay
I appreciate y'all,
stay
man.
backstage. We'll bring you back up. This next guy, friend of the show, has his own show with my guy Bryce, Scarlet and Blue. Garrison is a Buckeye fan. I want you to tread lightly today, sir. How you feeling? Let's check the temperature.
No, well, all right, no, well, a couple things, and I'll be quick because, of course, this is your guys' Time Michigan show. But I have some things to say about your guys' game, but I want to get this out the way real quick.
Yeah,
because I did listen to your guys' show during the Ohio State Penn State game, and then I heard the comments from Luke right there and you guys,
right,
about saying that Ohio State didn't look good when this is their second road game against a top 3 team in the last
good point.
in the last 2 games, and they come out in Happy Valley in their largest crowd of all time. Don't allow an offensive touchdown. Mind you, in the last 8 quarters, they haven't scored an offensive touchdown on us. We score.
Here we go.
No,
I'm
just curious. I'm just curious.
Let him cook. Let him cook, dog.
Let him get in the kitchen.
So I'm just curious. How did Ohio State not look good going on the road to beat a top 3 team?
May I answer?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you go. I don't know. Look good. Who said that? Who said they didn't look good?
Okay, wait. Maniac did and Luke did.
Okay.
So I'll say this. It was a good win. Yes. Right. But this is what I'll say, Garrison, about Ohio State. I'll be transparent. You guys are a very talented team.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that. You are a top 5 team. But of the top 5, I think you're the worst of the top 5.
Who else is in the top 5? Who else is in the top 5?
So you got Oregon,
yep.
Georgia,
yep,
Texas, and
don't let him walk you in this corner.
Who's
bro? I'm about to cook. Don't let me.
Yeah. No.
Let him walk you in this corner.
I have to see who's that last team in the 5.
No. Let's start with Georgia. Look, Oregon, we lost by 1 in their state, and that's fine. Whatever. They're clearly like they deserve to be number 1 team. And they should be. You said Georgia. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Georgia.
What you got to say about Georgia?
Because
I think that's one of the few teams that can win a national championship. But we can't sit here and say Ohio State doesn't look good beating a top 3 team, and then not getting an offensive touchdown, and then with 2 defensive stands on the goal line, and then you go and tell me that Georgia, who just got by the hair of their chins against Florida.
No, they
pulled away.
You did the same thing against Nebraska at home.
Did you watch the full game? Did you watch the full game?
And Nebraska just lost to UCLA at home.
I'm not. Who's talking about Nebraska?
No. You're talking about Georgia with Florida. So we're gonna use that, Garrison.
I'm talking about Penn State. I'm talking about Penn State.
Yeah, hold on. Because Garrison, don't do that. Because you are the transitive property messiah.
No, that's not
and
true.
My guy used a little transitive property here, and now you try to act like you don't know what's going on.
No, I said, how can you sit here and say that that we don't look as good as Georgia when we just went like our only loss is a 1-point loss to Oregon, and then we go and we. Like the score doesn't show it. It doesn't help that we fumbled on the 1-yard line. It doesn't help. But what we gave them 3 points on a pick.
They gave it back to you.
But what we sat there and did was dominate them throughout the game. That was we actually dominated throughout the whole game.
But Garrison, you can't come on and say you're going to count the loss with Oregon being only 1 point. You're going to count the Penn State game today, but then tell us not to count how you looked against Nebraska. Like it's a whole
no, I didn't say you couldn't.
And that's what Maniac's doing is he's looking at the whole picture.
Kinetic. That's not what I said. Kinetic.
You guys did no. Look, Garrison. I said it was a good win, and I'm going to tell you, your defense again. Look, it looked good. It's nothing great. You only scored 20 points, bro. and this is the greatest team Jim Tressel's ever seen, and Urban Meyer. Oh my goodness! And 20-13. You
against wait, dude, 20-13 against the number 3 team. See, or that's the problem. You keep saying the score. You're not saying who they are and where they're ranked.
All right, so at the end of the season,
aren't saying who they are either.
At the end of the season, we're gonna see what Penn State.
You know who they are. This is a team that you perennially stuff into a locker. All right. James Franklin always finds a way to James Franklin against you. So don't act like
all right,
this.
Or here's the question then: Had he won had James Franklin won the game, you would have came on here and lambasted Ryan Day.
You got them right.
What I don't, and I tweeted this out 2 days ago. I said the problem with this is that on one hand you're going to have a bunch of people who, if Ohio State wins this game, they're going to give them no credit, just as you guys.
Hey, we got to go to Dom next. To respond to you.
Yeah, but we can get off that. I just want to say this quick.
All right, listen, you know what? You know what? Good win. Good for you. Good for y'all.
Don't go nowhere because Dom got to respond to you.
You know why? They haven't had nothing to celebrate about lately. 2020 against Clemson. That's the last time they had a real win. And
that's not
they
true.
act like
That's
they
not
won
true.
the Natty.
That's not true.
What's your best win since then?
Who was your best win after that?
Penn State. It's Penn State these times.
But I mean, you said we haven't had a big win since 2020. That's
this one. But today, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But look, I'm going to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Look at your team. Good. You talking about Georgia? You cannot go into Texas and do what Georgia did to Texas. Your secondary is lovers because all y'all do is hold. Y'all get away with murder holding.
But it's the Big Ten. They don't call pass interference.
But
we
listen,
all know that.
But once y'all play a team that could spray y'all out with a good quarterback with good receivers, y'all gonna get fried rice, pork fried rice, with the chicken wings.
Well, all right. Well, this is what I'll say to that. Against Oregon, a lot of people talk about our secondary. Outside of in that game, Burke gave up 179 by himself. The rest of the secondary gave up 162. So I mean, you say the whole secondary. In all reality, I mean, we've had one bad game, and at the end of the day, it's fucking Oregon. I mean, what else are you gonna say? But I mean, I just like I said, bro. Like I just don't see however we won this game, how anybody would have given us credit. We could have won this game by 30, and you would have came on here and said, "Well, it's James Franklin and Penn State." Like at the end of the day, man. If we're talking about top 5 matchups, I mean, does it really matter? Go back to 2021, man. First game of the year, Georgia beat Clemson 6-3. 6-3.
And that matters. That matters.
7.
So, but this is the last thing I'll say now because I just want to hear see how you guys feel about this.
Don't leave though, Garrison. He wants you to
I won't. You like 2 things when you talk about like what Jerome Morris handed. The problem with saying that is that for the last few years, we've only heard that you guys develop. Well, if that's the case, then those guys that are playing now should have been developed. Also, that play call that they made on that 4th down the goal line,
right?
And then even so, I'll even bring up that touchdown that should have been a touchdown,
right?
At the end of the day, and I get the anger from the fan base. Trust me, I understand it. I would be angry too if I was an Ohio State fan. I went through that. Sharon Moore has a red flag in his pocket. And even Oregon fans, when they played us, they said, no, at the end of the day, that is on Dan Lanning. That's on Sharon Moore. In the same way, that play call on that 4th and goal, and you know me, I'm a Buckeye. That angered me watching you guys call that play. The problem with that is we can sit here and blame your OC as much as you want. Dude, Sharon Moore heard that play come through the headset. He heard that, like, and that's my problem. That's my problem with when we like. I think your coordinators deserve a lot of blame this year.
Yeah.
But dude, that he heard that play come through the headset, and he said, "Yeah, that's a great play call." You could have had Donovan Edwards go out there and throw the ball, and that was a better idea than having him throw Moore throw the ball. Like it's dude, he has to be better.
No, listen, that the play did come through the headset. It was a horrible play call. There was not a time ever this season where that play call should have been made. Maybe ever at Michigan. But
let Dom.
Don't try. Yeah, Dom, you're going right after this. Don't try to, because we've been calling out, or not we, y'all been calling out Larry Johnson, and people have been saying, isn't Ryan Day the head coach? But anyway, Dom, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm going to speak the truth, and it might be a little harsh to
Mr.
Garrison over there,
Speak
but
your truth, man.
I lived in Cowtown, USA for 20 years, and it is a Cowtown because
Mar,
when
we
I
gonna
lived
mute you real
there,
quick while they go.
you could see the herd off a sawmill between 161 and Bethel, so I know what I'm talking about. All right.
I know what you're talking about.
All this chatter about Ohio State this and Ohio State that, you know where it comes from? It comes from a town that is starved for national attention, who has no professional teams. And don't even go on about hockey, because nobody gives a shit about hockey. So what happens is,
brother, I'm from the
He's from Michigan.
Columbus is a growing town. It's a transient town, and they want the national recognition. And unfortunately, they have to hook that train to a bunch of 18 and 21-year-old kids. And you could go in the office on Monday after a Buckeye loss, and you have a grown men acting like babies. And then you look at the goofs. Buckeye man, you remember him, Garrison? 2015, Earl Bruce's wake. The guy was a class man. That goof walked into the funeral home wearing that getup and signed a board that was for the family and that was to be signed by past coaches and players. That goof went in and signed it. Urban Meyer had to throw him out. That right there is the typical Ohio State poor winner, poor loser, garbage. And my hatred, and that's what it is. It's hatred for that school started in 1978 when that statue of that psychopathic hypocrite in front of the football facility hit an opposing team player on national television. And you people want to get out here and talk like you got this hayseed in your teeth and you're all moral and Ohio State, this and that. Not only did we get that from you, we got Herb Street, Klatt, and the rest of these yo-yos in the media pulling the string in conjunction with, you failed to mention, Garrison. What about them officials in Oregon? And what about that officiating crew today? And
it's Big Ten officiating. It sucks.
I'm wrapping up, and I'm hot. I apologize for the
wait, and Dom, I want you to stay here because I do respond to you.
Let me get my fire extinguisher.
I'm hot.
You on fire?
Let me just wrap it up. Just let me wrap it up. A lot of talk about we play for titles around here. Well, you guys won 2 since 1968. That school has been and always has been a mediocre, cheap-shotting, loudmouth university. Always been, always has been. You guys lucked out with Tressel, and then he started cream puffing the schedule. We want to play other teams in Ohio to help their athletic department. Play nobody all year. Then want to go play for the national title and get embarrassed. And then you guys step in shit and pick up Urban Meyer. Okay? It's like, enough. The magic carpet ride's over.
Okay.
And mind you, Garrison, you know where the title game is, brother? It's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. That's going to be a home game for Georgia. And then you guys can hang another "We almost beat Georgia" banner underneath Woody's statue in the field house.
Yo,
all right, so a couple things. I'm 31 years old, younger than you, and I've seen more consensus national championships you out of my program than yours. Another thing, no one's going to sit. No, that's not a consensus. Another thing, we can sit here and talk about Woody Hayes and you. And by the way, I'm from the state of Michigan, so what I have the luxury of doing is being grown, or I grew up around your fan base, and I understand that when you go to work the next day, You have the same crying people like just you guys. You make up a lot of excuses. You guys are pompous. You guys, and then I'll say this to you, Dom. The nerve of you to talk about Woody Hayes, and no one's going to defend him punching that player from Clemson.
Take down the statue.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, then,
how
about this? We'll take down the statue. We take down the statue of a guy that protected a pedophile.
Because I'm not a Penn State fan.
Wait. All right. That's fine. You can be a Penn State fan, but
I'm not a Penn State fan.
No. I'm talking. No. I'm talking about
Bo.
Bo Schembechler kept around a nasty man who his son even came to about. He let him stay on campus even when Bo wasn't the head coach anymore and became the AD. He told the institution that he wanted him to stay. Over 900 student athletes came up and said that happened to them, and Bo kept him around. So and then it wasn't until a couple of years ago, because I like I said, I live in the state of Michigan. I saw the suppression of the story by the whole state of Michigan, MLive, the Freep, everybody. So now I'm not going to sit here and defend Woody Hayes, but I'm not going to let that slide by and then act like your coach didn't do something that's much more heinous. You said Ohio State's mediocre. We have the best winning percentage since the modern era of college football, which starts when USC beat the crap out of Alabama when Alabama didn't want to play any black players on their team and got beat by black players. So I mostly like to talk about modern football. We have the second highest winning percentage behind Alabama. Since 2000, since 2000, only 3 teams have been to the national champ. No, only 3 teams have more national championships than us, or 2 or 3, and only 2 have been to more. So you can, and we only have 4 seasons under 10 wins since 2000.
I got one for you.
The word mediocre by definition means average.
I got one for you. Talk to me when you guys win 3 Big Ten titles in a row, okay? Talk to me when you win 3 Big Ten titles in a row.
But we're not average. We're not. Okay. Well, all right. You guys have less than, I think you guys have what? 3 or 4. No. I'm sorry, because you won the last 3. You have 6 or 5 consensus Big Ten titles since 2000. And you can say we lucked out and got Jim Tressel. That's fine, but Jim Tressel, I don't call that lucking out. He's a Youngstown guy. Youngstown produced some of the best coaches in college sport history.
A dirty coach.
Who? Tressel?
Yeah. You paid Maurice Claret. He said
Wait. Dude, listen. I know. Here's the difference between my fandom and a lot of Michigan fans.
So Maurice,
wait. I know what my program is. I have no problem with it. And Maize and Phil knows this. I know we've paid players for a long time. I don't give a damn. What I don't like is you guys always saying, "Oh, well, we do it the right way. We do it like Michigan, man. We do it in such a..." No, stop it.
Hey, first of all, we about to cut your damn mic off.
You think?
Look, before
you think Michigan wasn't paying players? You want to sit here and tell me with your lying eyes,
Michigan ain't paying nobody.
Oh, stop!
Not till this past summer we ain't had the support. Otherwise, we would have had better recruiting class the last few years.
That's not true, Kinetic.
We bought cheeseburgers. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So Garrison, hold on. You're talking about all that success in the last 30 years. Michigan has 2 natties.
No, wait. How many are consensus?
Hey, no.
This is
what the consensus
qualifying,
right?
That's not
it was a championship. That's how things were before the BCS.
That's not our fault. You know, consensus.
Bro, you know how it worked, bro. We had to play Washington.
We're not about to start using qualifiers to make a narrative.
Right. We got a natty.
I'm just telling the truth.
You saw your team win 2 natties. I see my team win 2 natties. That's that, champ. However you want to fix it to fit your narrative, you could do that.
You saw
Garrison, 2 natties.
Hold on, wait a second.
And this right here,
the guy that missed the call in that 2002 title game against Miami. Mm-hmm. Do you know his grandson was officiating today up in Happy Valley?
6 teams.
Am I supposed to care about that?
Has 2 natties or more. Like Ohio State. Oh, we got 2 natties. How many teams? Florida has 2 natties since 2000. LSU has 3. USC has 2.
Yes.
Georgia has 2. Clemson has 2.
Okay,
Alabama,
but Maniac. Wait.
No,
Maniac, are you gonna sit here?
Get off the high horse. Get off the high horse.
Are you gonna sit here and tell me that it's not impressive that out of 134 programs, only 2 have more national championships, and I'm sorry, only 3 have more national championships, and only 2, huh?
Who's one of them?
Bama's one of them. The other one is
you're talking about in a time period. You're giving a time period.
Yeah. We're not going to use qualifying time periods. Like
I'm not, dude. Listen, bro. Listen, I'm 31. I'm simply talking about a 20 years span.
No. We either talk about the most recent one, or we talk about all time.
I'm sorry, 24.
We're not gonna cultivate a specific timeline to fit in there.
Listen,
you don't remember the years.
No. Well,
okay.
Kinetic. I heard you pushing a whole narrative about Sharon Moore this whole time, so you're pushing narratives too. What I'm sitting here saying is that over the last 24 years, if I told you that over 24 years, only 3 programs have more national championships than you, and only 3 have been to more, you would sit here and tell me that's impressive. You wouldn't come
it's impressive when you're cherry picking a specific time period to make your point. But either we talk about the current champions, or we're talking about past champions.
You wouldn't come out here and say Ohio State's average.
Hold on, Garrison. We've given you the floor enough here. All right.
Yes. Go ahead.
How about this time period? Over the last year, nobody has more championships than Michigan.
Fact.
That's
all right.
That's
Mic drop.
A fact. That's technically a fact.
It's absolutely a fact. By the way, over the last 3 years, nobody has more conference championships than Michigan.
Yeah, that's a complete fact.
Right.
I'm not arguing. See, but you see how I'm not arguing that because it's a true fact.
No,
we didn't argue with you.
This is what I was trying to say. Since 2000, right? 6 teams has 2 natties or more. 6? That's almost 10.
Wait, did you say 6?
Yeah. Listen, LSU. Look, listen to me. Listen, LSU, USC, Florida. Yes, LSU. USC. They shared a natty with LSU in 2000 and something. Check it out.
I think it's 2000. They share.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, Clemson, and Alabama. 6 teams.
Yes, but
No.
Bro, no, don't say no. Wait, did I say no one has as many as us? That's not what I said. Words have meanings. I said only 2 have more.
By the way, you completely hijacked the show.
No,
congratulations
I tried to
you.
Get over to Michigan.
Yeah, let's move forward because we doing a lot of Ohio State talk. We just talked about them. We understand you stuff James Franklin in the locker every year, then you let him out so you can stuff him back in it. Good job.
Yeah,
I love him. Of course you do.
I have one more Michigan question. And I'll get out of here. What do you think is going to take to get Bryce Underwood?
Yeah,
you're gonna see what it's taking here soon.
A lot of money, a lot of favors, like getting his girlfriend into Michigan. It's gonna take things, right?
Yeah.
But they got to do it. They have to do it now. They got to do it.
Yeah.
Do you are you at all concerned? Like, all right, because I was talking to Bryce about this.
Yeah.
And he kind of had this sentiment. Yeah, not kind of. He did have this sentiment also. Does that all worry you that he doesn't want to come on just the merit of Michigan wanting to play there, and that's taking quote unquote $5 million?
I think that's intellectually dishonest. It's not dishonest in the sense that he didn't choose Michigan off the merit of Michigan. That's a fact, right? Everybody knows that. What I think is intellectually dishonest about the question is this.
Okay.
LSU has been a dream school for him, right? He's talked about that. He's talked about wanting to play.
Know that. Thank you.
Yeah, he's talked about wanting to play in the South. He's talked about wanting to play SEC competition, and that's been a couple years, right? Like that's not a new thing. So on that face, that's why I think it's a little intellectually dishonest, because it's one thing to say we started on the same level and he chose them, right? They were always here.
Right. And okay. And I actually I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
I guess I was basing it off of like I'm sure you remember he was on Crane and Co.
Yeah.
And he said, well, and LSU has this, that, other quarterbacks, and Michigan has. He just said that with a blank look on his face.
Right.
So, okay, no, but all right, I see what you're saying there. All right. Well, look, man, I'll say this. I did think it was a good showing from you guys. I thought Donovan played really well, and you know how I am about Donovan. I thought he played really good. I don't understand why Mullings, even though I wouldn't say he's been MIA for the last few games. I just don't think he's getting the ball.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I think the game plan, man, it seemed perfect today in terms of Colson Loveland. You got the best tight end in the country, man.
He balled.
And I think he should be getting. I mean, with how the offense is, 20 targets is a bare minimum for me. Like he's and I think he's just that important.
Listen, Garrison, on November 30th, tell your man Simon, get ready, buckle up.
Facts. Hey, look, Garrison, we do got to move the show forward.
No, yeah, for sure.
I want you to give tell the people where they can find you, what you got. Hold on. Before tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you, all of that.
Oh no, man! You can find me as Scarlet and Blue Show. It's me and my buddy Bryce. He's a Michigan fan, a huge Michigan fan. You can see us go on there and banter. It's fun. We talk a lot of football there. All the teams also, and he kind of like Phil. He'll tell me when I'm wrong or not. Whenever I'm being overly biased about that team in Ann Arbor. But yeah, man. But yeah,
you got your own show coming too, right?
So right, I'll text you, Phil.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That actually might be on hold because something else came up.
Oh, nice. All right.
Well, no Garrison, I just want you to know that after seeing that pick six to start the game today, I still need to see more from Will Howard.
He played good. He played a good game.
I'm not. All right. You guys.
All right, man. Have a good one, bro. That's my guy, Garrison. I know he was pissing off the chat. The chat was going crazy, absolutely crazy.
Guys, I get it. Thank you, Michigan fans. I mean, Garrison, he's a good dude, so we not gonna badmouth him. But
why would we want to fight?
I just hate the cockiness of the Ohio State fan base because the reality is this: yes. Majority of what he said was facts, highest winning percentage, blah, 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 blah. But what matters, my friends? National championships. In the last 10 years, since they won their last natty, look at their recruiting classes. Bro, for like a 6-year stretch, they had more 5-stars on their roster than the whole Big Ten combined. It's not like exaggeration. It's a fact. These guys get SEC talent every year. And every time they choke,
I just dropped it.
Excuse. It's an excuse. But anyway, let's stay on course. Let's speak Michigan, Oregon, while we expect next week against Indiana.
No doubt. Dom, I'm sorry your time got kind of mixed in there. What's your thoughts?
I'm sorry for the explosion. M3.
No, that was good. That was good. We're gonna cut that up. That's gonna be on the channel.
No,
I lived there for 20 years. Around those people, and Michigan went 3-17 against Ohio State. That's the only thing that matters this year, and I've been saying it for a long time. Because if they humiliate us, we'll be fortunate if we win. But if they humiliate us, get ready, boys. It's going to be cheaters, and then they'll go into the playoffs and they'll get humiliated. You know, as far as the Michigan football is concerned, you know, I appreciate Kinetic's take on Moore. I love Coach Moore, okay? But the thing that's concerned me, and I said it in my super chat, is the inconsistency, okay? Now, when Bo left, Moeller took over. There wasn't a drop. Moeller, drunk driving, he's gone. Lloyd comes in, no drop off. Then Lloyd started slumping against Tressel, and we need to go RDO, this and that. We're going to get Terrell Pryor. They bring in Rodriguez, who hitched his hopes on getting Terrell Pryor, who went to Ohio State. And then him and Brady Hoke had this stubbornness not to adjust. And that is what's concerning me about Coach Moore, because I really think he's a good man. I think he has a really good heart, and I think he loves the players, and he loves the University of Michigan, and he doesn't want to be the guy to say, you know, Kirk, your game plan sucks, dude. I love you. You could stay here as a quarterback coach, but you can't call the offense. What the hell are you doing calling this shit with Schmaz Morgan down here at the goal line? What are you doing?
Horrible.
That he needs to have that. And I think today the light bulb came on that unfortunately it's business. And regardless of his friendship, however you want to put it, towards Campbell, Wink, or even the players, it's business. It's big business. And he's realizing real quick now he's going to need to make some tough decisions where parting ways with some people, it's not going to be a friendly departure. And that's okay. And I agree with Kinetic. I want to see him grow into the position, but this stubbornness not to make adjustments where we're all seeing it, guys, and we don't coach.
No
they
doubt.
got to be.
So I got a quick question on that Samaj thing.
What about
my question when I watched that play is because I don't know a lot about Samaj's high school. Did he play quarterback? Because I know we got Kendrick Bell and Donovan Edwards, who we know can throw passes.
Not that I know.
Why was Samaj Morgan the one that
the quick answer is no. That was just a horrible fucking play. Horrible play call. I don't know what he's doing in practice. Maybe he's fucking Joe Montana in practice, but I don't want to see it ever again.
That, why not put that in the hands of someone we know
agree.
Can throw like Kendrick or Donovan?
M3 Maniac, Kinetic, love you guys. I appreciate you being so generous with your time and allowing
man,
me
brother.
on.
Listen,
we got you, Don.
I'm gonna call the fire department on you, man.
No doubt. Hey, G has entered the chat.
G, what's up,
good,
chat?
man?
What up, G?
What happened?
And G has left the chat. No doubt.
He'll come back.
Hold on. Struggle. Rock with us for a minute. Stay with us for a minute. Troy, what's good, man? What you got?
Well, I've been sitting back and listening to everything go down, especially before everything went left.
Yeah.
I want to back up my man Kinetic there, and in his approach for everybody to calm down with the fire Coach Morris talk. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to continue all night, and it's really aggravating to me because we starting to see the uptick in the recruiting and everything. Now we know that this season wasn't what we wanted, but they still remain to be cooking in the recruiting. Man, we just got to do better as a fan base, when things go left.
No doubt.
And everything that Kinetic was talking about as far as the timeline with everything, I agree with, man. It was a tough position for him to be put in. I think he's doing a great job keeping the team together. I really haven't heard anything about any players defecting or the locker rooms blowing up or anything like that.
Somebody find out who that is.
Wait.
I'm guessing it's Elijah Dotson, but find out who that is. Yeah, no doubt, man. Before you get out of here, Troy, Ripstar wants everybody to give their grades for the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. What grade do you give each of those positions?
Oh man, I'm in my feelings like Sharon was on that Coastal Loveland catch, man. I'm not. I don't trust myself to give out grades right now. I need
I
need like a 24-hour cool down period. But I just want to say, like I said, everything that Kinetic was saying, and for cooler heads to prevail right now, I think that's what's needed.
No doubt.
to the team to be the voice of reason when everyone else is emotional. Okay.
Look at you,
Can
emotional.
y'all hear me?
We can hear you, G. What you got?
Yeah. So I've been, man, I've been up and down all over looking at it, and I'm hearing what they saying, and I'm not usually fire the guy so fast type person, but we lacking some leadership. I don't know what they got to go in there and do. I don't know who gonna step up. We lacking leadership. It's not for as bad as we lost today. We didn't look terrible. It looked like we could do some stuff, but giving up them big plays, I don't see nobody pulling nobody to the side, talking to them. The touchdown that bounced. I don't know how we got all these extra analysts and coaches and everybody, and nobody thought to slow the game down to take a look at that.
Bro.
It's as much as I like Sharon Moore, if he doesn't get more assertive, then he's gonna become the problem. He might not be the problem now, but if he doesn't assert himself and get more into it, I mean, because I look at two plays, the Colston Loveland catch. I mean, everybody that watched football seen that wasn't a catch. Why would you challenge that? That wasn't he didn't catch the ball.
That was
And
an emotional decision, man.
but
That was
what I'm
horrible.
saying, as the leader, you gotta have, and sometimes being a leader don't always mean making the right choices, but you gotta have the people around you. A lot of times people don't understand being a good leader. Sometimes it's surrounding yourself with good helpers, and he gonna have to pull what Harbaugh did and dig in and not be like, hey, we friends, we cool, I'm nice, you nice. Hey, we gotta get the fucking job done, get these guys motivated to play, or we gotta look to some new coordinators to get the fire lit because we got the talent. Oregon was better than us, a little faster.
Yeah.
But we got the talent. It's not like we trotting out there a bunch of nobodies or a bunch of. We got people that can play football. You know what I mean? We just don't got the. I haven't seen a Mike Sainristil. I haven't seen, a Hutch. I haven't seen nobody that just pull a huddle and light the fire. And I don't know, why. I don't know why.
That's true, man. I think a lot of things went down. I think losing Rod Moore for the season hurt more than we probably will ever know, because that's somebody I think would have pulled the team together. Somebody in the back of that defense, watching everybody's back. That's a big loss. That was a huge loss, one that I don't know if we even understand how big it was. But I agree with you. The depth is different. It's a lot going on. I agree though, Sharon Moore, at the end of the day, everything's gonna lay at his feet, bro. He's got to be more assertive. I was texting my guys, yo, he's not even on the sideline. The play that was like the first down they got, it was like a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. I forget what it was. Oregon got the first down, and he was across the line. But Jim Harbaugh would have been halfway on the field, throwing his headset, whatever, to at least challenge that. Look at that. He didn't do that. So I agree with that to a certain degree for sure. Troy, we're gonna drop you down. We got a lot of people trying to get up here, man.
Yeah, let's get everybody.
Yeah.
So look, man, just get to all the callers. Just get to the callers.
Yeah, for sure. Trepper Cole says, my bad, real quick. Why are you convinced that Michigan throwing the bag at players won't blow up in their face the way it did Texas A&M a couple years ago? Listen, we don't know that for sure. That's the thing. But at this point, we got to try something. That's how I feel about it. And by the way, getting the number one quarterback, getting the number one player in the country is a good thing until it's not. So that's how I feel about it.
To that question, I brought this up somewhere else. I think the idea and what I've seen from him, I mean, the Bryce Underwood situation is kind of an exception, but the idea is we want the guys that want to be here and we want to pay them, but we're not trying to bring in money first guys that only want the money. That's what I've understood from it, and that's one of the reasons that, because I've been told that that's one reason why initially I pushed back on the Underwood stuff because I didn't think we fit. So, but I think that's how you avoid the Texas A&M situation.
Yeah, I told you guys this. I expect this to happen. By the way, this is one of the guys that I'm actually close with. I've interviewed on the channel. I expect this to happen. But yeah, G, you had something else?
Oh yeah, I was going to address that too. So so I've had a Michigan fan. I've been a Bryce Underwood fan since they offered him back in 2001. But for
He
a
wasn't even
person,
born. They got the offer, right?
yeah, he visited Michigan maybe 50 or 60, probably as many times as as he went to class in high school. So if he still didn't want to come, the only reason why I'm not a fan of giving him that money is because if he doesn't come publicly, now you're gonna have some lesser thans who gonna want to step up and be like, well, shit, if y'all was gonna pay him that, now give me this, and I'll come. You know what I mean? I believe, and I know I left a message. Us as fans and the media kind of start getting on this story and putting it way more out there than I think it should have. I
I
think if it
agree.
would have worked itself more in the background, I think it would have been a little smoother. I think now that it's so blown up, it's kind of adding a lot of fuel to the fire. And if he wanted to be here, 30 minutes away from home, he would have came. The money he's gonna be a rich guy. It doesn't matter if look at Joe Milton still got drafted in the NFL. It don't matter. They're gonna draft his intangibles just because of who he is. Whether he come to Michigan, go to LSU, if he go to Walmart Tech, he gonna get drafted in the
Joe,
NFL because somebody in the NFL think that they can work with him and put him there. We got to get back to our team concept and teams and players that want to be there,
No
players
doubt.
that like each other, that hang out with each other. That that team. Every time I see a recruit have a good visit to Michigan, their whole message is, I liked how the team was together. I liked how it was family. Now you finna have this dude pulling up in a Deion Sanders mobile. You know what I mean? Is he gonna alienate the rest of the players?
Right.
Or is he gonna do the dude a Quinn Ewers? He gonna come get the bag and then transfer where you really want to go. And then 2026, then my man gonna come in and beat him out like Quinn Ewers getting beat out over there by Manny. And now you're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff going on. But
No doubt.
man, I don't care who they put back there. I'm a Michigan fan. I like the players that like each other, that play together. I like to see them compete, and I like to see them. You could tell when they're out there competing for each other and not just out there competing, for themselves. And
No
that's what I
doubt.
like about Michigan football.
No doubt, man. G, hey, this was a great call, bro. Anytime, come up for sure. Before you get out of here, what do you give the grades on the OC DC head coach?
So seeing how we was getting beat on defense, is kindergarten the grade, or do I got to do A through Z?
Whatever
do
you
the
want to
grade.
give it, man. Whatever you want to give it.
So I give Wink Martindale about a C minus, and just because of the play calling, the play calling is getting a little bit better.
It is.
He just got to pick his spot. So I'm gonna give them both a C minus. I think honestly we lacking leadership and somebody to pull the guys to the side and really talk to them and really light that fire. I look at all the games from the last couple of years over and over. You see the guys standing on the bench. In the guys like, let's go. You see the
Right.
guys pumping each other. We don't see that, and that's what we need. The play calling. It is what it is. We got enough talent to overcome some of the bad play callings. The players gotta accept some of that responsibility and get out there and play.
No doubt. Dre, again, we appreciate the call, bro. You are a madman. Go blue.
Go blue, baby.
Go blue all the time.
Yes, sir.
My guy struggle has finally made it to the front of the line. What's good, man?
A long way, y'all. Let me cook for a little bit. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. First off, if Joe Milton stayed at Michigan and became a Michigan man, he would have never got drafted. All right. I think sometimes our fan base, I love y'all. All right. We all love Michigan, but we've been delusional about our team a lot. And I'm going to say that with today. A lot of people coming on here talking about we got the talent. We got the talent. We don't. All right, y'all. Like, we have the talent on defense, but not for today. We were missing our top 3 corners and our 2 best safeties today. All right. What did y'all expect to happen playing the best passing team in the Big Ten? A top 5 passing team in the country. Right? We had no shot today. I said that in the chat earlier when we was watching the Penn State. Like, I kept saying, like, we gonna get blew out today. Like, it is what it is. We don't have the talent, right? And it's hard for us to see that time sometimes when we love our team. I'll take our wide receivers for instance. Our best wide receiver, as far as talent-wise, rank-wise, is Maize Morgan. So Maize Morgan was the 67th best wide receiver in his class.
Hey,
and
someone
he's the
answer
most
that Facebook
talented.
call. Somebody answer that Facebook call.
Okay, my bad. Hey, I'm out of luck. My bad, y'all.
It's all good.
My bad.
But anyway, Maize is was the 67th ranked ranked wide receiver in his class. And he's the most talented wide receiver on our team. We don't have a lot of talent on this team. And that's because of and I've been complaining for the last couple of years about our recruiting classes because of Jim. That's why I don't think everybody, my man just went off saying that Moore should have the coaches around him. How? What coaches was he going to hire when he got the job in February? Like we was talking about earlier, what players were we going to get on the portal? I come in here every week, and I'm normally in the chat, and y'all know I just started getting, on the video. But I say every week, what was this quarterback we were supposed to get in February out the portal? Yep. And we don't play NIL. We do now, apparently. But we didn't then. We haven't played the NIL game. So nobody can ever answer the question who the quarterback we were supposed to get out the portal.
Yeah, they just say they refuse to believe that there wasn't one, but
there was a couple guys in there, bro. Say who? Homie that's at Texas State now, from JMU, because he was in the portal. We could have got him. Who else is in there? I think my man that's at Vanderbilt was in the portal then. Now, granted, he had other baggage that probably wouldn't have flew at Michigan. That's for sure.
Could they even get past the admissions?
Yeah.
Another thing, y'all gotta. We can't just take anybody. We gotta have a grad student, right? It's like you can't just go in the portal and just snag anybody at the University of Michigan.
And we don't know that those conversations didn't happen, but there was some barrier they couldn't get past.
Yeah. Right. Look. So, like, when people be like, fire more, I don't understand it. Like, all right, I'm gonna throw a wild one out for y'all. All right, I'm gonna throw a wild conspiracy theory out here. Man, right? Maniac, y'all know I've been on Kirk Campbell's head since the second week. He is the problem with this team. All right, I've been saying that for weeks, but I refuse to believe that our coaching staff is this slow. So I got a wild theory for y'all. All right. My main complaint is always we don't run the ball, we throw the ball so much. Okay. Mm-hmm. What if, and this is my conspiracy theory, because listening to all the rumbling from everybody's channels about the whole Underwood being recruited, it was on the DL at first.
Right.
What if he wasn't coming to Michigan because Michigan ran the ball so much? What if they've been throwing the ball to try to prove to him that we will throw the ball?
I brought that up.
100%. 100%. That is 100% why we've been play calling the way we have, because I think Campbell and Moore have been trying to tell the new recruits out there, the prospective recruits,
throw the ball.
That we're going to open it up more. It's not going to be 70% run.
Right.
And I've been hammering and drilling Kirk Campbell every week since week 2. Right? From now on, that's my conspiracy theory. If we get Bryce Underwood, it was all for it. Kirk Campbell get an A For the grades, he get an A. Okay, because he threw the ball about 24, 25 times a day. If that brings Bryce Underwood here, if that brings us some legitimate freaking wide receivers, because everybody always talk about throw the ball to who? We got 5'9" wide receivers running out there. It's a reason Colston Loveland.
I think Tyler Morris legit.
But Kirk Campbell get an A from now on until Bryce Underwood says he doesn't go to Michigan. All right, I'm cool with him throwing the ball 25, 35 times a day. I will never mention my favorite stat of JJ McCarthy never threw the ball 25 times in a row in back-to-back games. So I'm not going to say that no more.
Listen,
he just sleeping right now.
Look, man, I'm going to say something. That was wild, but it's not crazy. Right? Because listen, you never know, right? But I just think it's common sense, right? The same thing we seen Bryce Underwood and the rest of the world seen. They just don't have talented quarterbacks, because we weren't saying this about JJ last year because JJ was good. So so if I'm Underwood, right, or any quarterback, you look at Michigan situation, like, oh, I'm starting next year. I have a great chance, right? Wide receivers, you're right. I agree with that. But we got to do this. Listen, our receivers are Oompa Loompas. They over there like they so little. You know, little Oompa Loodle. I can't get open, not for you. Like, come on. I agree. That's why Colston Loveland. I mean, he's an elite guy.
He good, right? But
definitely.
And I think the scheme, sometimes we could scheme a little better, right? You see how Oregon, for example, they just throw a lot of quick screens, a lot of just passes to the flat, and just let guys go. That's the best way for Samaj and Tyler Morris to cook, because they might do better doing that because they small. They can get lost in that crowd and get some yards. But you got them running 15 outs. Come on, bro. They got a lot of separation.
Maniac, one problem I have with the screen game, like, who gonna block for him? And no disrespect to Samaj or Tyler Morris, them dudes like 5'8", 160 pounds.
Hey, Tyler Morris is showing improvement though. Let's give him props. He's showing improvement. Samaj is a little bit.
Yes.
Tyler's solid. He's solid.
That's what I was saying. Tyler Morris is very. He made some. He made some tough plays today.
Hey, so
yes,
like,
it's not a knock. It's not a knock on him. I'm just saying, talent wise, Samaj help.
Well, here's my thing on the talent
help,
thing.
Fellas.
Yeah, here's my thing on the talent thing. Like, I think we forget that all the coaches on the offensive side of the ball have been with Michigan for the last 3-4 years. So they the ones that recruited all of those kids on the offensive side of the ball and developed all those kids on the offensive side of the ball. So if those kids are not producing, all of those guys on the offensive side of the ball have to take responsibility.
This is a solid point.
So when it comes to like the recruiting aspect, remember, they had all of us mislaid like out the national championship game. Remember, every media outlet kept asking them, "Are you guys going to go in the portal and get a quarterback? You going to do this?" And it was Sharon Moore. We have enough. We have enough. We have enough. We have enough. You know, what about the offensive line?
Who needed to be blocked? My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. When it comes to the offensive side of the ball, the media outlets kept asking them, "You guys are losing a lot of offensive linemen. We're good. We develop. We're good. We're good. We're good." So none of these guys, from the coaching standpoint, on the offensive side of the ball, is new. They've been here.
Right. No, that's a fact, man. And it is. Here's the thing, though. I do think they were handcuffed a little bit because Jim Harbaugh was the head coach. And shout out to Jim Harbaugh, who's a legend, arguably the greatest coach at Michigan in modern history. The problem, though, is we know how Jim Harbaugh wants to skin the cat, right? He wants to run the football, and that's what they were recruiting. And like my man Struggle brought up, this year they needed to do something different if they was going to get number 19 out of Belleville, right? And he didn't want to see that. He didn't want to see that turn around, hand the ball off 40 times thing. Although that would have pleased the fan base probably a little more, because we probably got at least 2 more wins than we do right now. It wouldn't have been great if we are trying to recruit that level of player, that caliber player that wants to throw the ball, and that type of receivers like Derek Meadows, who's on campus, who wants to catch the ball, right? So we had to make a decision. We had to make a philosophical decision on how we gonna go forward. And I think they chose this way. Now it's all on them. Whatever happens from here going forward, we don't want to hear no excuses. By the way, I still want Kirk Campbell gone. At least as the OC, we can't do that no more. Wink Martindale is
he
up
gotta
in the
go
air,
too.
but that's defense. We ain't gonna worry about that right now. But yeah, so going forward, Sharon Moore has made his bed. He got to lie in it now.
Well, here's
Hey,
my thing.
Okay, I was gonna say if JJ stays and we had Ohio State wide receivers, or not even that good, if we had our receivers from last year, if we had Cornelius Johnson, if we had Roman Wilson, right, Kirk Campbell wouldn't be that much of a. It's his first time being well, not first time, but it's his first time at a major program being the coordinator, right? He wouldn't look that bad if he had players. I can't even, and y'all know I've been bashing him for weeks, right? Because my problem isn't always the play call; it's the play call because of the talent you have.
Yeah,
right.
Now,
like you can't be running the route trees you running when you don't got the receivers to do that. If we was playing like Oregon, like you said, throwing it out, quick out, Samaj Moore, I'm all for it. But we don't do that with our wide receivers, and they never go deep. But I understand why, right?
Yeah.
I'm upset, but I'm not upset today. All right, I'm letting Kirk Campbell off the hook. If we get Bryce Underwood, Kirk Campbell, my man, right? Because you know that's who recruiting. Right.
And my man is right. People don't realize how good Roman Wilson and Blake Corn was. Like
Cornelius.
They were really good, man. Like really good.
And one of my favorite things about Cornelius Johnson used to block his sauce.
Yes.
He used to get pancakes on corners.
Yes.
Right. We're missing that so much.
Same thing with AJ Barner. He was such an unsung hero.
Barner was really
AJ Barner,
especially.
Yeah.
Man.
No. I mean,
it was all good a year ago, y'all.
No doubt.
Listen, look. That's what I'm saying. Look, guys, we all upset. We all upset because this is every realistic Michigan fan knew this could be a year, except for us. We had us going 12-0.
No. I'm on record because the chat.
No, not you, BK, not you.
9-3.
But the point is this. Right? We want to just see fight in this team at least, right? The season is over. The season is done. We fighting just to get to the Coca-Cola Bowl, just to get there against Central Little Arkansas down the block, the 5th floor state to play them. So we fighting for that. So at least let's do that. That gives us some extra practice. Get these guys who are going to be here next year, give them some run, because again, we got to develop depth too. Yes, I agree. We don't have that luxury this year.
O'Leary is nice.
In the past, where we could bring in 4 fresh defensive linemen and we wear you out. We don't have that luxury. So I understand, but the problem has been our secondary more than anything. That's what's really disappointing me. And yes, man, you're right. Rob Moore, I didn't think that his loss was going to be this big. Bro, I think he's the quarterback of that defense. Him back there, I'm not saying we become an elite secondary, but things would have been much different if he's back there.
Hey, y'all don't realize Will, like, we only lost one game that Will played the whole game. We only lost one game that Will played. Like, we haven't had our best player literally.
Yeah, we lost that Washington game too. He was in that game.
Texas and Washington.
And no, he left the game injured.
Yeah.
No, remember at the end, that flag on him. That was at the end of the
game.
Yeah.
And I think not being able to keep Sad was a big loss, because I always thought he was way better than Page. I always thought
his ceiling was better than both of them, if I'm being honest.
And in the moment last year when Page announced that he was coming back, in my mind I'm like, yeah, we're gonna lose Sad. Then I said, in my mind I was like, yeah, I don't see him coming back.
because this coaching staff has a propensity to be loyal to those guys too.
Yes. And that's
listen,
what I
it's
don't.
one thing for him to come back, but they had to tell him, listen, homie over here, the 6'3", 215.
And he's better than you, and he's going to play.
He gonna start. Yeah.
Listen, who's the caller right here? Because he's cooking.
Terrence,
you're right. And this is what I'm saying. We got to stop babying these kids, bro.
Yes.
That's it. Enough is enough.
Kids. And right quick.
Yeah. No, you get what I'm saying, BK. Like, I hate this. Well, they're 18. I don't care, bro. You come to this program. This shit is a business now.
And
bottom line, it's
and that's
business.
What I feel like Moore got to do a better job of.
Yes,
I think that's what it give us a better hope for the future if we actually seen more of that out of him. Like, for instance, let's take it last year. So if y'all look at the last couple of years, the running backs that we've had, whether if it was Hassan or Blake, they was touching the ball 25 times a game. We got Edwards touching it 8 and 9, Mullins touching it 8 and 9. Pick one. Somebody got to get touches. You know what I'm saying? We never really did that well with the 2-back system. Even last year, if y'all really
Blake
look
was
at
getting the bulk of those carries. Yeah.
And remember, everybody kept asking what was wrong with Edwards last year, and Jim wouldn't put him in the game. He wasn't going for that. You wasn't doing what Blake was doing, so you're gonna sit next to us.
And that's the difference, right? The position coaches and the other state is having this issue right now with Larry Johnson, right? He's the position coach, but Jim Knowles is the D coordinator, and Ryan Day is the head coach. But they keep trying to blame Larry Johnson for that defensive line rotation. At the end of the day, Jim Knowles, you're his boss. At the end of the day, Ryan Day, you're both of their boss, right? And Jim was like he said, even if Hart thought, yo, Don would be good right here, and Jim wasn't feeling it, it wasn't happening.
Man,
right?
Hey, y'all. I want to say one thing about the coaching staff, y'all. Don't everybody. Once again, we spoiled because of the last 3 years.
Absolutely.
Don't forget about the first 5-6 years with Jim. All right, it took a while for him to get it together. Right, it took a while for Jim to get. Jim was on his last thread of string the COVID year. Right, so give more time.
But his second year.
Those years, those years, he just struggled against the big games. You know what I'm saying? So those were the issues with him. For instance,
COVID year, he struggled against everybody.
Huh?
2020, he struggled against everybody.
Yeah. Other than that COVID year. Yeah, of course. But
even before that. But look at the talent. Not knocking this year's team. We on paper defensively, we probably got 4 top 2 round picks on defense.
Probably about 4 or 5. Yeah, for sure. About 4 or 5.
I would say 4. But okay, even if you want to say 5, what else we got on this team besides Colston Loveland?
On offense.
We got nothing on. We don't got nothing on.
Colston Loveland is the only returning starter.
Yes.
We got a walk-on quarterback, right?
Shout out.
We got running backs with talent.
We got
running backs with talent, but we don't give them the ball.
Right.
We got no wide outs, and our offensive line is all new.
But that goes back to what I said earlier. But that goes back to what I said earlier. These offensive coaches are not new. They recruited all of those kids on offense.
Let me check that right quick. Because I would say
they did.
Remember, Moore's been there. Kurt's been there.
Ron Bellamy has been there.
And then the O-line guy. What's my man's name? All of them been there.
Yeah, he was the tight end coach last year. Grant Newsom.
They've all been there. They've all been there for a couple years now. So
Grant Newsom is doing good as a tight end coach. I gotta give him credit. But Ron Bellamy, we're talking to you, Ron.
Right.
Hardball said all of y'all gonna stay there. You ain't going to the NFL with me.
So
yeah, he definitely wasn't taking Ron Bellamy.
Yeah, so so that's what I'm saying. So the Samajes and all them, they all recruited these guys and helped develop them.
I'm gonna say they got what they could get.
look, also, this is where I found a little mind-boggling, and maybe this was a telling sign regarding our quarterback room. Soon as the season is over, Darius Clemens, right? He was a big
that
he
hurt.
transfers to
Oregon.
And I start scratching my head. I'm like, yo, but you're gonna start next year. You pretty much guarantee. Maybe he saw something. I'm not doing this. And then
I just think he wanted to be closer to home.
probably, and then another
You wanted to catch the ball.
Now another receiver. There again, I'm not gonna say he was gonna beat, but Carmelo English as well, right? I'm like, yo, but why they leaving? Because
he wasn't throwing the ball.
Hold on, no. Carmelo English transferred to the Kinetic Havoc.
I get that, but you're gonna start at least, right? Let's see, because now we could. These guys are big receivers. Like we know what we like. Come on, man. You're almost guaranteed to start. If not, you're gonna be in that rotation. So that was killing too. And then the receiver we got from Youngstown State,
CJ,
but
by the way, he caught a ball like game one. I ain't seen him since. I don't know.
Yo, he's no call, no show.
But I think that's on the coaches, bro. And he went and caught a ball.
Yo, listen.
And they took him out immediately.
Bro, this is the scheme, right? This is why elite teams stay elite. Even with the elite offense, they scheme to get all the right people the ball.
Yes.
So Michigan needs to do that. Just with our mid players, you could do it. I'm not saying we're becoming elite offense, but bro, you can do it. Sometimes I think they complicate things. All you got to do is dumb it down.
Because we are deep. We are deep at tight end and running back. Like we got like we're deep at those positions.
We are tight end. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, that's how
and running back.
That's how the team was built to win. By the way, that's how the Jim Harbaugh teams were built to win. Right, offensive line, running back, tight end. We need to make a play. We're gonna throw it to the tight end. You know what I mean? If a wide receiver is open, we'll get you the football. Other than that, we're gonna turn around, hand it to Blake Corum 1,000 times. We're gonna hit Colston Loveland with some play action. We're gonna even make the running back throw a pass. That's how Coach Harbaugh wanted to win it.
I'm gonna bring up. I know I said I wouldn't do it, but I'm gonna bring up my stat again. J.J. McCarthy never threw the ball 25 times in a row.
How about it?
Season game. So even with a first round quarterback, Jim was still running the ball. Yeah, that was his thing. That was his bread and butter. That's what he was going to do.
Jim has what people listen, and I'm not one of these people, by the way, because Justin Herbert has shown me exactly nothing since he's been in the NFL. But the pundits around the NFL say that Justin Herbert is an elite quarterback, and Jim has that man turning around, handing fucking ball,
running the ball,
right?
But again, imagine last year if we gave Blake Corum the ball just 8 times a game. He don't get half the touchdowns he got. Same thing with Hassan Haskins, like we currently constructed, we built to run the ball. I'm not saying that we can't throw it all, but somebody in the backfield got to touch the ball at least 20 times. And for me, that's Mullins. And if you got to hurt Edwards' feelings, then you just got to hurt his feelings, because at the end of the day, you're not getting it done. Hell, other than the couple big games you had, you haven't got it done at all since you've been here.
We don't have the ball unless we give a running back 20 carries.
Somebody in the chat said Giles Jackson exposed.
I don't know what game he was watching. He wasn't watching the right game.
He hasn't given up a touchdown.
He caught one pass on the safety.
Right.
He hasn't given up a touchdown since his freshman season.
Yeah. And by the way, another thing, bro. Wait, Giles Jackson left because they weren't letting him ball. That may be the reason he left. But here's the next part is what got me. Like they won't let O'Leary ball. Of all the people you could have said,
hey, don't disrespect Patrick O'Leary like that. I've been hearing for 6 years how great he is.
Yeah, he might be a good blocker. He might be a good blocker.
No, I mean, he caught that touchdown today. I'm going to show him some respect. He caught the touchdown today.
Sterling Wade, how he exposed Will Johnson. You keep saying that. I don't even think he had one catch on Will Johnson. What do you?
Nah, he definitely did.
Confused. You got
to. He caught Zeke Berry for sure.
He caught one deep pass against.
That was on Zeke Berry on the touchdown in the corner, and then he cooked on Makari Page deep. Come on, man, not Will Johnson. I'm just saying. I know Will, even though when he played, he hasn't been playing phenomenal neither. Let's not get that twisted.
Right.
But ain't nobody scored a touchdown against him, and nobody has even came close to 100 yards against him.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. The Don has been out playing Mullins the last 2 weeks. If I'm being fair, I think he should have got 20 carries today.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah. He should have got 20 carries today, bro.
Hey, so can I mention something about that though? And
Go ahead.
he has been playing better, but I do think it has a lot to do with based on the way, because other than today, like for instance, like when Mullins was out there, they give him the ball. It's been 3 and outs. They give him the ball the first 2 carries of the game, and then we throw it on 3rd down, and then we get 3 and out, and then they bring in Edwards for the next 2 series. So it's kind of been like predictable. And then if you notice, like a lot of these teams as of late have been sending a lot of run blitzes at us where he can't even get going because they know it's coming.
No doubt. Especially when he's in the game, it is predictable, like you said. With Orgy, it's getting predictable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today they tried to do a couple weird things like that freaking the Samaj play that was just disgusting. But yeah,
instead of using them like they did last week.
But
also,
a Mullins type of running back needs touches though. Like he can't. If you're going to give him the ball 8 times, then don't give it to him at all. Like he like.
Yeah.
I mean, but
he needs touches.
You can say the same thing about Donovan though. He's a volume runner.
Yeah, that's true. With Don, even in that game where he went off on the other state, that first half, he got the ball a lot, and they were bottling him up. And then in the second half is when he, was able to break out.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I said I don't think it helps us trying to go 8 here, 8 there, 6 there. You know what I mean? Like just give it to someone.
That's possible.
Can't be that mentally weak.
Yeah, no. I just look. Regarding the running backs, I just think they feel they owe it to Don. Like, yo,
of course.
You've been such a good teammate, behind Blake Corum. But the reality is
that's not the business we in though.
We even though he looked strong in this game, because normally with 2 fingers, he just falls on the floor, Donovan Edwards. So it looked like he drank his milk this whole week. But we just need, look, man, it's just been bad all around. If Michigan, look, we got 3 games left. We got Indiana, we got the bye, Northwestern, and Ohio State. Do we win the bye? We might not even beat the bye. Who knows? That's a 50.
We got a better shot. And we got a better shot against Ohio State than we do Indiana, y'all.
We do.
I've been on it.
I agree.
I've been on it for weeks. I'm telling y'all,
Indiana might put up
beat
60,
Ohio State.
man.
I'm not hearing it, bro. If we don't go to Indiana and kick them in the teeth, bro, I'm gonna be upset.
No, they offense is they put up points, man. They put up points.
They going into the shoe and taking their heart.
They have put up points. They have put up points, but again,
I've been on that
bandwagon.
Burger
King Tech, the YMCA of Duluth, right? As you said, Walmart State University. Like they ain't beat nobody.
Yes.
They did beat Illinois, I guess, but we should have beat Illinois.
Ohio State ain't beat nobody.
It's
Ohio State just beat Penn State.
No, that was a good
Penn
one.
State. But
I know you didn't say that, man.
I know. Because I'm the guy that's been saying they just stuffed him back in the locker that they took him out of.
I want to be clear, right? That the win Ohio State has today was a good win, right? I don't want to, because we're not haters, we're realists.
Right.
But you cannot sit here. I'm just keeping it real. It's not because I hate Ohio State. I'm just looking at it as a college fan. I can't sit there and be like, oh my God, this Ohio State team. No, it's like, yo, good win. But Penn State had many opportunities to win that game. You understand? So I know people, Georgia struggled with Florida, but guess what Georgia did? They went into the number 1 team in Texas and
snatched the heart right out their chest. I want to be very clear.
They treated Texas like a Diddy party.
I hate you, Ohio State. My man may not hate you. I hate you. All right, let's go.
We doing grades, right? I gotta get my grades.
Give your grades, man.
Get in my grades, all right? Wink Martindale.
Oh my goodness.
With your blitzes from
Damn.
the wide side of the field, I think I only saw one today. So C. Sharon Moore, I need more. I need more from you. I'm gonna give you a C+. All right. Kirk Campbell, I give you an F every week. But because of my conspiracy theory, if you're throwing the ball this much to get Bryce Underwood, you get an A. You get an A. You get an A. This is a program grade. It's not about this week. This season over, y'all. Don't say that. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but this season really over. It's about getting Bryce Underwood, getting Derek Meadows, and getting some help. That's what it's about. Right? If you got to throw the ball 35, 40 times, throw it. Sling it.
By all accounts, Bryce likes Kirk Campbell.
Yeah.
Everybody like Kirk Campbell. Everybody. I don't know what he doing.
He looked like a leprechaun. He probably put his.
I don't know what he's doing, but they love him.
Hey, quick question. Do y'all think so do y'all think our best coach so far, like throughout the year, has actually been like I think it might be our D-line coach?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Esposito and Morgan.
Well, Morgan
I don't know about
has been our
Morgan,
best
'cause
recruiter.
I don't know about me. He's been our best recruiter.
I mean, that's part of coaching, ain't it? If we talking about best
it's
coach.
part of the job, but
because he part of
you
the problem.
You saw Zeke Berry out there, first of all, get cooked again and miss another tackle in the open field.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy?
I'm wait till you done.
And
I'm wait till you done. Hey, I want to say something about Zeke, y'all. Right? We've been flaming Zeke all year, and it's just deserved. But I just want to say Zeke playing out of position. He ain't never been a corner. He's been a safety his whole what's name. Mm-hmm. He's playing corner out of necessity because we didn't have one. Right? If you throw Zeke back there to use his speed at safety, he'll look a lot better. If they move him back to safety next year, he'll look a lot better. A lot.
I don't know though, because I see a lot of the DBs that we got coming in are projected as safety, so I don't know if they're going to be moving him back.
No, he ain't moving back.
We need a corner. We need
corners. We need
3 of them.
Listen,
hey, I gotta address my man Terry Browning real quick.
Okay.
Terry, thank you. All right. The hate is mutual. I'm glad that it's not one-sided because that would make me feel I would be a little upset if it was one-sided. But absolutely, I hate you. All right, go ahead.
Now, also too, the part with Zeke moving back to safety, he's been one of our worst tacklers. Him and Page, they've been one of our worst tacklers.
Hey, Makari Page.
What up, Mello?
Is a guy that I like coming into the season. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Before this season started, if you would have asked me about Makari Page, I'd been like, yo, Rod Moore. I was like, yo, Rod Moore might. No, but it's not even close. Rod Moore is better than Makari Page. Makari Page is out here getting exposed.
It was never that. I don't know.
I thought it was close, man. And I clearly was wearing Makari Page shaded glasses. See, it's not a competition.
See, and this is where. And this is where, when it comes to like Sharon Moore, where he got to step up and be a leader, because I think the players see it and they'll respect you more. You can't just sit there and let this boy look like that. You know what I'm saying? And I think somebody mentioned something earlier about the new kid. I think his name was Mason Curtis or something.
Mason Curtis.
He's always been in the right place. And as the head coach, you got to send that boy in and sit that boy on the sideline because he just ain't getting it done.
Yeah. Mason Curtis, who was recruited as a linebacker, actually, is back there playing the best safety on the team right now.
And so he needs to play.
Crazy.
Like
yeah. I think he like 6'5" too. He grew an inch or something since he committed. He like 6'5" back there playing safety. But
because I know another guy on here. I think earlier he mentioned something about like him being like saying like Nick Saban and all that. Like we all know, like the really good head coaches, if you're missing that many tackles, like they're not going to leave you out there in that field.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Look, and he doesn't, but he's been a rock star, Luis Esposito.
Yeah. He's definitely been doing. I mean, the D line, they did pretty well, but listen, let's also be clear. Oregon's just a better team than us. They the number one team for a reason, right? So I know we're just upset because based on how the season is going, but we didn't. That wasn't like Purdue that did that to us. So at least that's that. But regardless, changes need to be made. We need to recruit better. Especially at the the athlete positions, the wide receiver. I think we're good at running back. O-line. They playing a little better. They didn't play atrocious today because the whole season had been bad. Warren has some time back there. Let's not act like he was running for his life the whole time.
Hey, when they blocked it up, he threw some throws. When they blocked it up, he threw some good throws.
And he did on his back foot, which is crazy because
he went when that ball left his hand, the touchdown to O'Leary. Actually, I was like, oh, he about to throw a pick here. This is a pick. All the way up until O'Leary caught that. But shout out to Make-A-Wish Warren. I'm off your back, man. You my guy. Make-A-Wish Warren. Even though you're only throwing for about 120 yards a game on 47 attempts.
Yeah, like 165 or something like that.
Bro,
yeah,
he's doing better than
I just wanted. Hey,
go ahead.
Our quarterback though for 160 something yards, and we lose by 21, and we think it's a good game. How mighty have we fallen, y'all?
No,
how the mighty have fallen.
But so when it comes to that, and it's crazy, is because it's crazy to even say that.
That's how bad they been.
But that's also what the coaching staff also pushes on people. You know what I mean? Like come on, like all the games we lost. If you look at Moore's press conference, he always, well, we turned the ball over. That's why we didn't win. But we didn't turn the ball over today. So why didn't we win?
Oregon got players and we don't. No.
But I'm just saying. Every time we go lose, he will always blame it on turnovers. He'll make it seem like that's the only thing, and it's like no, we have other issues. Yeah,
we got penalized. We got penalized quite a few hurtful penalties. That was disgusting, bro. First of all, that was soft. I think that's a soft ass rule anyway. Yeah. And you can't call that. They softies for that. By the way, when we got called for the roughing the passer, correct me if I'm wrong, because I thought that was also soft. When the quarterback breaks the pocket, he's no longer a quarterback.
He's a runner. He's a runner.
Unless he slide.
It all depends.
Yeah, which he didn't either, right?
Yeah. It all depends.
He was damn near on the sideline.
It all depends who the referees got money on that game. That's all it depends. Yeah, him. He came too close. He ran too fast by him. No,
that's a fact. Oregon is a good team.
But let's also take this into account regarding Coach Sharon Moore. This is his first year, right? As a head coach, guys, let's not act like you just come into a company and you become a CEO of a company for the first time.
Everything.
There might be some issues there with Finn. It's going to take some time. I get it. We don't like the results. Yes, we want him to be a fiery guy. Maybe that's not who he is on the sidelines. Maybe behind closed doors. I know my man Maize mentioned that. Maybe he's chewing them out. He don't want to do that in front. Jim Harbaugh don't care. Nick Saban, forget it.
We got to stop expecting him to be Jim Harbaugh, especially in his
correct. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. He is who he is, and we have to accept that. That's it. We can't. Oh, he needs to do this. This is who he is. That's it. He might, again, behind closed doors, he might be cooking his staff. I'm pretty sure he is. There's no way he's like, well, Wink, you played a good game. I'll be flaming him.
I ain't gonna lie. I do agree that he is doing that with the staff, other than Wink Martindale. I'm sorry, because the guy typically that has like the years that he's had and the age that he's at, some people be scared to say something too. You know what I mean? Guys like that, and I don't think he's really being addressed because like some of them possessions, like sometimes you gotta go, hey, we gotta switch that up. Like we can't go back to that.
Well, and like I'd like to. I got there's in the chat. Someone said that Michigan is a rebuild team, not a reload team. That has historically been true, and I think Coach Moore is trying to change that, but that's not an overnight change. That transformation takes time.
3 years, y'all.
Yeah,
3
no
years.
doubt. By the way, Dexter
I got a
Green,
question.
Maniac is from the Bronx, not Brooklyn, but yeah.
I got a
But go
question
ahead.
for the chat and everybody on here. All right, we can only lose one coordinator, only one. No if and buts about it. Don't try to add extra things. All right, we know we upset with both. We either lose Wink or Campbell. Which one would y'all rather lose or
I'm
get
gonna
rid
go
of?
Wink.
I should
I'm gonna
say.
go Wink. I'm gonna go Wink.
I'm saying Wink too.
I mean,
And y'all know I've been hammering Campbell. What's the name? But Campbell can recruit. Campbell can recruit.
So, and that's a good point. But I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why I'm also say my whole thing with Wink too is, again, I'm just going off of what's being reported. I think I read somewhere where I think he makes like $3 million. If you're making that much, you're not allowed to be that bad.
Yeah, he's the highest paid DC in college.
So if you're the highest paid, you're not allowed to be that bad. Like ever. Like you're not allowed to make not one bad call. Because we could get a dude. Because listen,
not one.
Listen.
I say give him a full year of experience in college. Give him a full off season to get his system really installed. If he's like if we're having the same problems next year, I'm right there with you. But I don't think we make that call this year.
By the way,
you could get a coordinator out there for $200,000 and do a better job than him.
But we don't want just any coordinator. We want the whole point of Coach Moore and the point of Coach Wink is that we wanted to keep the same defense.
But it's not the same defense. It's not the same defense.
It is though. It's the amoeba defense. Now there are different iterations of it.
Do you think
had the original shell of it, and then Jesse Minter, Mike McDonald, Danson Lynn, all these guys that run it, they put their own spin on it, but it's all variations of the amoeba.
Let me ask you something.
But connect. Let me hop in, y'all.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me ask you though. Do you think people have caught up with the amoeba defense in college football now? We saw Michigan dominate for 3 years using that defense, and it would just make sense for especially teams in the big to adjust offensively to counteract that. So it's just a question.
I don't think.
But Matt, like I was
figured it out. I think they've gotten more used to it, and that's where the wrinkles that Jesse Minter and Mike McDonald put in were more effective.
Well,
because not just in college, we've been seeing this defense since 2010, 2012 when he first took over with John Harbaugh at the Ravens.
No, when it comes to that defense, I don't think the way that he's running it works in college. Listen, all that defense is simulated pressure, where he lines up all these guys on the line of scrimmage and then certain ones back out. And in order to run that kind of defense, let me tell you, do you know how good those players got to be? Their awareness got to be very, very good. Their IQ got to be very, very good. So if you don't have good awareness, good IQ, if you can't tackle in space, it's going to you're going to get torched.
But my point is that everyone thinks that it's an easy transition to go from being in the NFL working with, the top of the top guys that at worst, when you got rookies, they're the top of the top, right? But he's not. That's different, okay? The running a defensive scheme like this is different. And Harbaugh wasn't in NFL for 20 plus years, okay? You coach in the NFL with 10-year vets, the best of the best. And the first players you got are the best college players that came out that year. And then you come to college, it is a transition. You have to adjust. And like I said, just like all the other coaches, a shortened off season to be able to implement their systems. This is Wink's first season seeing college schemes and seeing what he's working with college players like this. Give him this year to see that. Give him a full off season to adjust. There are adjustments you can make mid-season, but that's completely different from the adjustments you can make in the offseason.
But so
Connect, that scares me. That scares me, Connect, because Wink been doing it his way for 30 years.
Exactly.
Right? You don't run, even though he's gonna get 1 year experience and change what he is. He is what he is. He's going to continue, as much as I come over here and complain about it week after week. He need to tune in to the Maize, Madman, and Maniac show so he can hear me say this. Stop calling safety blitzes from 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. This ain't the NFL. Stop blitzing from the far hash in college. It's not the NFL.
And again,
right? Like,
those guys,
it's just not.
And the guys that run
can't
it,
do that.
And when he was in the NFL, the guys that ran it very well was them Hall of Famers
best,
with the Ravens. We ain't got no Hall of Famers on this roster, so you can't run
not
it with
even
these guys.
And Terrence, not even just Hall of Famers, they're pros.
So we don't have 12 pros on defense.
The sorriest safety in the NFL is better than anybody on Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, or whoever. Right?
That's why you shouldn't be running that
It's
shit.
a different level. You can't do the stuff you can do with the players in the NFL and just transport it over. It's the same defense. It's the shell of the defense, but he's not calling it the same.
He's not calling it.
All I'm saying is give him this year to see it. Give him the offseason to adjust. And if he don't adjust for next year, I'm with you. But I think he will.
But I think our point is he's
fire
not
him or
going to adjust. He's been doing it for 30-something years.
So let me ask you a question. Does fire, because I've proposed this before, does demoting Kurt Campbell to quarterback coach and taking away play calling duties count?
Yeah. I would take
that's what I would do. I would demote him back to QB coach, have him still be a part of the offensive scheming, but I would bring in somebody else.
So here's the rules: you can either fire or demote. And if you fire, if you demote Campbell, he goes to quarterback coach. If you demote Wink, he goes to parking lot attendant. Who we doing?
I ain't gonna lie, I do this shit, man. Wink
gotta go.
Wink out of here. Wink out of here.
Campbell over Wink because I also think that it's a moot point with Wink because, like I said earlier, I don't think he's staying more than 2 to 3 years anyway. I think he's here to teach an heir apparent the system.
Real quick, gentlemen. Hold on. I got to give my guy his breath. All right, he deserves this. He's the OG of the YouTube space. My guy, your guy, Johnny Olden Jr. is in the building. Johnny,
what up, though, Johnny?
What up, Johnny?
What up?
You watched that just like we watched that. What you thinking, man?
We got winked in the first half, obviously, and then second half. They showed up, but now Kurt Campbell, here you go.
Damn it,
one thing or another.
Like my pregame, my post game, I'm on Kurt Campbell, and it really comes down to that 4th and 4. Really,
that was a horrible call.
That was it. That was the
game. If they convert that and get that touchdown, the pressure is back on Oregon. Man.
Exactly.
The stadium going nuts. Yeah, bro.
And you, I hated that. I hate it because
I hated the sub,
bro.
I hated the sub in and out right there too. For 4 downs they did that, bro. Stop it. They even earlier in the drive. I think they had a 1st and 10 1st and 10. They put Orgy in there. They get a penalty. Keep Orgy in there to run that dumbass quarterback power up the middle, bro. Fire him.
Yeah, I'm tired of him, bro. Because that 4th and 4, Davis Warren deserved the right to have that ball in his hands on 4th and 4.
Yes, he did.
But can we give Orgy some flowers for that run that he had where he refused to go down?
Absolutely.
I would have accepted either one of them having the ball in their hands on that.
Yeah.
Both of them
4th and 4.
One of them deserved to have the ball in their hands. Not Samaj Morgan, who's giving you nothing in this game.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Ball in his hands. That's coaching malpractice. That's so players don't trust you because you don't trust me.
I would have ran that play with Orgy throwing the ball.
But even if we're trying to do a flea flicker and have someone that's not a quarterback to surprise the defense, like I pointed out earlier, Samaj has never thrown the ball. We got Donovan, we got Kendrick Bell. Both can throw the ball. Why not use them in that spot?
Malpractice.
Exactly.
Malfeasance. It's malfeasance.
10 yards out of bounds. Thanks, Samaj. Thanks.
Oh my God. Thank you,
Johnny. Who you getting rid of, Wink or Campbell? You can only get rid of one.
I'm getting rid of Wink. If I can demote Campbell, I'm gonna get rid of Wink.
Right.
I don't know. You can't be 100. I don't want
it's demote or fire one, but you got to keep the other.
Yeah, if I gotta keep somebody, I'm demoting Kurt and Wink. Yeah. You got to go. I really don't want either one of them.
Yeah, correct.
I knew everybody was saying that.
But Johnny, what about what I proposed? If you knew, if you got confirmation that Wink is there for one more year to mentor Lamar Morgan on the defense and then leave.
Can he get another mentor?
And that's my question to you. Do you think he's a good tutor or mentor?
That's like, can we get another?
He did a phenomenal job with Jesse Minter and Mike McDonald.
That's true.
I guess
because I think
I don't know.
But here goes something scary though.
And remember, Lamar Morgan also learned from Jesse Minter. So when Wink teaches him the defense, and then he leaves, and then Lamar Morgan steps up, Lamar Morgan's going to add his own twist to it, and he coached under Jesse Minter.
Listen,
but connect. If our defense is like this the next year or two, Sharon Moore won't be here. He won't have a job, and there won't be no heir apparent or anything in the first place.
Right.
And that's why I said if we go this offseason into next season and he hasn't adjusted to the college game, I'm gonna be right there with y'all on this. But
gentlemen, 1 second, I gotta get the super chat out. Shout out my guy Dexter Green, who's a member, and if you're not, you should be. Why we always got Samaj back there running around looking dumb? Every game, I'm over it. Hey, yo. That's the realest. That's the realest comment ever, bro. And by the way, okay, when Samaj saw that his quarterback was guarded closely by a defensive end, by the way, I digress on that. Shouldn't he have just tried to run and get 4 fucking yards?
Well, I think that was the plan because I don't think he was. I think he was gonna tuck it and run. But that one guy came out on the edge, and he was like, "Oh God!"
Exactly.
And turned around.
Cut it in, man. You're right. It was stopped on the edge. He couldn't get around. He wasn't going to get around that edge. But he's got to go back inside, man. We got to get 4 yards, bro.
Yeah. So
whether
go ahead.
I was going to say whether he made up his mind. I think he was going to throw it when he didn't have the opportunity. Like it wasn't open. You got to run. You got to tuck that. You got to tuck it and run.
Yeah.
You got to.
It's true. It's just the bottom line is I said it, Johnny, just like you in the beginning. Warren was playing a good game. 4th and 4, you leave it in his hands. You know what? You go with the high hand. That's like a pitcher. He's pitching good, but you just thirsty to get to another pitcher. No, man, he's pitching good. And then clack, they hit a home run on you. So that was horrible coaching. Like, it's like, like I just want to break my TV sometimes, bro, because it's just no. My wife, we had an argument because I stomped on the floor. She thought my baby fell off the bed. She said, "Oh my!" I said, "Relax." Oh, if you're gonna be so upset watching the game, don't watch. I'm like, man, go get your ass back in the kitchen.
Hey, yo.
To me about nothing. This is Michigan play, and sometimes I get upset that I get too emotionally involved.
We all do, man. We fans, man. We all do.
No, I'm just too invested at this time. Since 91, bro, I'm 42 years old, man. Since 10 years old, I've been a Michigan fan. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the horrible.
And when it's good, it's been good lately. We wanted to stay good.
And it's good. And this is why I think as far as more go, we got to give him another shot.
No. He deserves deserves to stay. He just has to make some tough decisions.
I just want more. This is what I want more to do in the offseason.
No, he needs real quick. Kirk Campbell needs to be the guy that gets the pizza for the meetings. That's all he needs to do. Get the pizza, bring it, and that's
get the Dutch. You got to run to the bodega.
The bodega. Yo,
the bodega, man.
Go get the 6-pack of Coronas, son.
Hey, yo, hold on. But I want Sharon Moore to stay in the mirror all offseason and cuss himself out, pretending he need practice fucking being a head coach out here, having that demeanor anyway. Because this ain't getting it, bro. Like I said, that first down, the dude did get a first down. All right, there's no question about it. I agree, he got the first down, but I need my head coach to act like he didn't get that damn first down. Go out here, show some fire to these referees, bro. They not respecting you with a K. They not putting no respect on your name. Make them respect you. Dom, welcome to the chat.
Gentlemen, I apologize for that tirade earlier.
No,
it's all good. It was much needed.
That's some deep-rooted Ohio State hatred. that, unfortunately, therapy and pills
Garrison needed to hear
didn't
that.
work. It just didn't work for me.
Garrison, by the way.
I have a question for you, and I've tried. I think I've tried to say this or convey it, and haven't done a good job. We're talking. You guys are talking about. Okay, we're throwing the ball to entice Underwood. I understand that. So it's kind of two parts. So we got to be careful there, because I go back to the Terrell Pryor thing. It was the same thing. Everybody wanted Terrell. He was a phenomenal talent. And when Michigan didn't get him, then it caused problems. It's like, okay, now what do we do, Rich?
Oh, that's at his back.
And then on the other side of the coin, gentlemen, the Michigan football that I've seen, that I love, that has been successful, has been a couple things. No turnovers, hard hitting, running the football consistently, and defense. And when you do that, they tend to have, double-digit win seasons in respectable teams. It's not a national championship program. Consistently, it's never been. It's been about hard play, team play. Whoever was saying that earlier about the players loving each other and team leadership, I think that's a little bit absent this year. But, what are your thoughts? I understand we want Underwood. Okay, I might not be an Underwood fan, but I got to respect the talent. So are we going to risk, not having a backup plan, a foundation for just in case he doesn't come? Thank you.
Yes.
I don't think this is a Dante Moore issue. There are backup plans on backup plans.
Okay, we're gonna have to, because if he don't come, Jesus Christ, man,
all right, y'all.
Shabba Ranks.
Michigan has only had one elite level NFL quarterback in the last 15, 20 since Chad Henne left. Okay, and when they got one, they won the national championship. And if Blake Corum doesn't get hurt, we win 2 national championships. Okay, right? That is why you go after Underwood. That's why you risk. It's a new ball game. Winning 9 and going 9-3, 10-2, and going to the Citrus Bowl don't mean jack no more. It don't mean nothing. Let's be honest, y'all. I'm sure all us sitting up here, if we could afford to go, some of us spent that money, right? Because I know I spent that money to go to the Orange Bowl and watched us get blew back by Georgia, and I didn't care because I got to see my team in the playoff. Right. And if I know some of us was at the Rose Bowl last year, me, right? Couldn't make the national championship game, couldn't afford both, but I
struggle out here flexing on us.
Right. Yeah. But what I'm saying, I ain't trying to flex, y'all.
I'm messing with you, man.
They go to the Little Caesars Citrus Bowl, the Southwest. I'm not spending no money to go see that. I'm not. It's playoffs or bust now. If we not going to the playoffs, they're not. I'm just not.
Especially because it's 12 teams to go, so we can't be one of the 12 teams. Then we got a problem.
Well, we damn sure ain't one of the 12 teams this year.
We ain't one of the 12 teams this year. And you know why?
And
Terrence, you know why we not one of the 12 teams? Because we don't have a quarterback. If JJ McCarthy was stayed, we'd be 9-1. Well,
hold on.
8-1.
Let's take it around. Because he did pose a question. All right.
Okay.
Is it all in the end worth it for Bryce Underwood? Johnny, let's start with you. What's your thoughts?
I think it is worth it. Because if you don't get him, you still got backup plans. It's really about getting the money for NIL. That was the problem. Yep. You're getting the money now, and the season and Underwood has made that come together. But if you've seen his film, dude is a monster.
Good. Incredible.
That's just a fact. Dude is a game changer. So just off that alone, if you can try to get him, you got to go all in to get him.
All right, so here's my question. So let's say
hold on, T. We're gonna get to you. Marmar, same question. Is it worth it?
Worth what?
Damn it, Mar, you just on the live playing video games.
My bad, bro. I was looking at my son play the video game. My bad.
Space on the screen, just chilling.
My bad, Johnny. Yeah, my bad, all y'all. I was just watching my son get it done. What's worth it? My bad.
Is the potential? We lost a quarterback recruit, 4-star recruit. Is it all worth it in the end for Bryce Underwood if we don't get him?
I think so. I think so because you see the direction Jerome Moore wants to go. He wants to, you want to become the Oregons, you want to become the Ohio States, you want to become the Texas and the Georgias. So you want to recruit at that level. Jim Harbaugh didn't recruit at that level. He recruited to his scheme, which made smash mouth football. But now you got the 12-man playoff. You're gonna need a lot of finesse in football because if you in that bottom seven of that 12-man playoff, you're gonna really have to scheme up and have the players. You're gonna have to have the players for it. So yeah, I think it's all worth it because if you get Bryce Underwood, all the rest of them 5 stars and 4-star receivers want to come, an offensive lineman want to come to the school because they want to play with a guy like that. What I was doing, I was reading the prediction of Dotson. They predicted him to come to flip here in a minute. So he go to the same school as Underwood. Then you had Meadows at the game. So them are telltale signs to me that something we don't know going on, but we know what's going on, and a decision is going to be made here sooner or later. So
absolutely,
that's what I
Terrence.
feel. Yeah.
Same question to you: is it worth it?
Yeah, of course it's worth it because we're trying to get the better quarterback, so it's going to always be worth it.
X.
I just wonder, because there's always a what if. So what if we don't get him? My whole thing is, if it's being reported that we're offering him anywhere from like $3 to $5 million. So my question is, if he say no, what about the number 2 guy? Wouldn't he want $5 million?
See, and that's what I think is the worst
him?
thing that came out about this is the numbers went public. If the numbers didn't go public, I think I feel better about it because the numbers went public. Anybody can hold us for ransom going forward, but I digress. Struggle. Same question to you. You think it's worth it, right?
Yes, I think it's worth it either way. If you don't get him, you still got Jaden Davis here. Okay, and like I said at the beginning of the year, Jaden Davis should have been starting from scratch. Anyway, get him ready. Like I wanted JJ to start. I wanted JJ to start as a freshman.
Right. Now that's real. I think the situation is a little different, but I get it. I get it.
Hey, if Jaden started, we'd be in the same position we in or better.
Hey, you know what? It can't really get worse.
We'd be in the same position we was in better. And if we get Underwood, he brings so much with him, right? We have y'all got to understand. Like I've seen Bryce play twice. Okay. Last year down at like the best high school quarterback I've seen. Like and I know I didn't see Joe Montana or Dan Marino in high school and stuff like that, but I mean and I've been following recruiting for probably about 15 years, really. When my little brother started playing high school football. Right back, Brandon Graham, stuff like that. When I really started looking into recruiting, he the best high school quarterback I've seen. It's worth it, even if we don't get him. If we don't get him, you got a contingency plan with Jaden Davis, and even if then go in the portal. Right now, we got a walk-on quarterback, y'all.
Make a wish, Warren.
If we don't get him, anything we get is an upgrade. Anything we get is an upgrade over our quarterback situation this year.
That's a fact.
It is.
Kinetic.
And we're gonna lose all those first-round picks on defense, y'all. Our offense better be good next year.
We definitely got to hop in the portal to fill the team, if I'm being honest. But Kinetic, same question. Coming back. Is it worth it?
So I mean, I've been very open about my opinion on Underwood. So I'm not going to talk about specifically him. Yes, it's worth it because for 2 reasons. One, and we're already starting to see it. As I don't know if you said it on the show or if it was in one of our off-screen conversations, but the gravitational pull of having him not only getting him, but just showing that we're playing ball, that we're making him think, that we're making him consider us in ways that the top recruits in recent years outside of JJ and Will have not considered us.
Good game, Mark.
At the same time, there's also the signal. This is a big bat signal to all of college football that Michigan's no longer a top 15, 20 recruiting class player. We're a top 5. We're a top 3 player. Right. We've got the NIL. We're not holding back. We're not going to be beat out on recruits anymore because it's a money issue. it's a signal to all of the recruits going forward that we're here to play ball and we're real. So is it worth it? Yes.
No doubt.
Hey,
Maniac.
Kinetic with the fire though. You know what I'm saying? Him and Johnny, bro, they need to have a show. All three of y'all need to have man, ESPN style.
Yeah, look, it's just to allude what we were saying, and I mentioned this earlier. Even if we don't get Underwood, what is Michigan the message they send into the country? We a player NIL, we coming with that Santa Claus bag. Yeah, what you want? You want to come here? Say no more. Here, you want a Ferrari? Say no more. You know what I'm saying? You want that jet? Say no more. It's about to get like that. It's about to get like that. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's coming because this is why college football has become semi-pro. That's it. It's about money. What Underwood does is he takes our quarterback room. There's Dollar Tree right now to Walmart. You understand? That is like, ooh, this is what you come with. Beautiful. I got it. You understand? So people got to understand that. I get it. The whole program where we want guys to be Michigan guys to, yes, pride. But look, guess what? If we just look for those players only, this is the seasons. We're gonna be playing in the
We're gonna be
pancake.
Eastern Michigan.
We're gonna be playing in the pancake with no syrup every year.
College football, like we knew it, is dead, y'all. Them days is over.
Hey, by the way, that's a great point because I want to bring that up. I think it was Josh Pate who said that last year's Michigan team was the last great college football team because it wasn't like Dom points out, like Kinetic. These are the guys that the team. And by the way, I'm with that too. But at the same time, I understand you got to play the game, right? And Michigan wasn't playing the NIL game. The roster says that now, right? Once these guys are out of here on defense, we're gonna have to go Deion Sanders in that portal, or it's gonna be a long season again. So
for anybody, anybody on here that have actually seen Bryce play, is he without a doubt the best out there?
Yes,
bro.
He is.
Best
because I never said because I will say I seen the kid from Alabama who's going to Alabama play. He really good. So I've never seen Bryce play.
I saw him play at
there are experts who have said that if Bryce Underwood would have been the top QB last year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I saw him play at the kickoff against Nick Marsh, who balling out, who I was screaming for us to get.
Bro,
anyway,
it don't even look like we recruited Nick Marsh, and I think Nick Marsh would have come to Michigan. I'm so upset about that, man.
I heard Nick Marsh out here conflicts there that prevented it. I don't know what they were, but there was something that made it not even an option.
Of course,
for real.
Of course it was.
Because I know he had interest. Like
it wasn't NIL either.
Right,
but it had to be grades, man, or something, right?
I don't want to speculate without knowing for sure, but all I know is that it's not NIL, but there was something there that made it not even an option for us to pursue.
And we see what Nick Marsh out here doing for a
nice.
bad poor little bro them team.
Hey,
nice.
I remember Nick when he was like 10, little 10-year-old skinny kid. Yep,
he nice.
Grew up a monster. Yep.
Yeah. Nah, he the truth.
This is my question though. If people that want Wink or like Kinetic, Wink, if he's doing this with all these first rounders,
I imagine we're gonna do with nothing.
What are you gonna do next year with guys that ain't going first round? Because you ain't got none next year.
Johnny,
I get what you're saying, but and because it is like he's got the point that I made was that he went from the NFL style players and level of players to this, but I think I don't think it's a transition he can't make. I just think that it's a transition that we expected him to make in a shortened off season without having a chance to see the changes he actually needs to make. He needed to see what he's facing on game day and versus what he has, see the limitations. I do think he will make the necessary adjustments to his way of coaching it to fit the players this offseason. That's my belief. Maybe I'll be wrong.
I'm gonna
next year, I'll be the first person to come on and sit here and say, my bad, I was wrong, get him out of here.
I'm gonna disagree, y'all. I saw Don Brown for 5 years. See what he needed to do.
Hey, Don
Same
Brown better
Boston
than
route.
him.
I'm telling you,
Don Brown better
saw
than
it
him.
5
And
years in a row.
this is
The
why
same.
I think it's an issue. Is because of all his years of experience. By the way, he's been fired his last 2 jobs, bro.
Yeah. Don Brown he doing a better job than him.
He got fired, fam. Not
Yeah.
not I left on my own volition. Nah, they showed my man the door. All right. By the way, Don Brown, like he said, I was a Don Brown guy.
He only struggled against
coached.
Ohio State.
Thank you. He coached. He was bad
All the
against
other games,
the
he was
teams we
really
couldn't
good.
afford for him to be bad against. And and unfortunately, he was bad against the other state. Very bad against the other state.
Well,
Because
Why
well,
was he
wait.
bad
The 20,
against Ohio State?
not the 2016 game. The offense let us down in
But
Columbus.
Don
2016, the
actually
refs
had
let us
number
down.
one ranked defenses out there though. He actually did that.
It
No,
was
why?
17. It was 17-7, Michigan up late third quarter, and
Yeah.
guess what? We had another Dollar Tree quarterback by the name of Wilton Spate.
Don't say that name.
That defense was loaded. That defense
Damn,
2016.
That's what I'm saying. He had
They was
it was just a couple games we struggled at,
Tell
but
me
other
what
than that,
you doing
he's had
today?
defenses that was ranked number 1, number 2, number 3. Wink ain't nowhere near close to that. Not here.
Wink got to go, man. The problem is, I heard that Wink is gonna be here next year.
He's not. He's not leaving.
Maniac.
This
Maniac. How
Yeah,
you
and
just
that's my
mentioned- how you
worry.
just
Yeah,
just
man.
mentioned Wilton Spate. That is why I say it is so important to go after Underwood. Imagine if Michigan had a competent quarterback every year that Jim Harbaugh was there. We had like 4-5 national championships.
Now-
our problem has been quarterback.
Now
Like,
hold
our
on.
teams is
Yes.
loaded. with
Isn't
no
that a
quarterback.
Jim Harbaugh issue, bro? Jim Harbaugh, former quarterback himself, somehow
Couldn't
could
get
not
one.
spot quarterback fucking talent to save his life. Until JJ fell in his lap.
And JJ fell
pause.
in his
But yeah, like he got. Oh man, I hate the one kid from Ole Miss, Shea Patterson. Disgusts me. I don't like Shea Patterson at all.
He's a bonehead.
Yo, the worst,
Real
bro.
bonehead right there.
Hey, he was playing
Jim
golf
believe
instead of
the best
practicing.
dude was the first year that
Jake
that
Rudolph.
Rudock was a
Rudolph,
legit
yeah,
dude.
Rudolph,
Yeah.
He didn't
Once
have no
he got the
talent like that.
system,
He had
he
no
was a
ceiling.
stud.
But exactly, he was
And
just a
Harbaugh, them
consistent
first
dude.
couple years, he was living in the portal. He was just bringing dudes in.
Yeah. You know
And
what,
he was
BK?
recruiting his ass off those first couple of years too. He had top
Yeah,
5
that-
classes, like
yeah, that was when he was having sleepovers and shit.
right, he was jumping, climbing trees and shit.
Climbing
Yeah,
trees and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
He was all in.
everything but the
man.
quarterback.
Look, if Jake Rudock comes, if he had another year of eligibility and he comes back for that 2016 team, there's no doubt we go undefeated. I'm telling you. He
Yeah,
wasn't
I can
elite,
believe
but
that.
he was good, bro. He was
He
good.
was-
Jake Rudock.
he was
He
real
was
good.
dropping dimes once he got the system. He was
Yeah.
he was killing it.
Yo,
The
I'm
thing,
telling
the,
you,
the
bro.
thing is, guys, if you're, I want Underwood to come, okay. But what I'm saying, and I haven't done it correctly, is if you change the system entirely to accommodate one player, and even if Underwood comes to the university and plays 3 years at Michigan and just has a great career, when he leaves, how likely are we going to find another Underwood to pop in the system? It's going to be like
Easy.
replacing a Michael Jordan.
It won't be that
Yeah,
one.
but
Easy.
Don,
Easily,
Between-
Dom. Let me tell you, Dom. I'm gonna take that one. I'm old school too. I used to be run the ball. I used to argue with my brother all the time. He be talking about, we need a running quarterback. No, we don't. You're not gonna out Ohio State. I will always say that because they get more talented players. Okay, what you got to understand, Dom, is that is over. Like college, that stuff that we grew up with and we fell in love with, the team that's over. That's over. Like if
I
you ain't coming
disagree.
with that,
I disagree.
it's over.
Teams that
I know
run
you do.
the ball, man.
I
Teams that
understand.
Still run the
Dom,
football
Dom,
at will.
If Ohio State takes JJ McCarthy like they should have, what will we have been the last 3 years?
No, I agree with that. And again, I must not convey. I must not be.
I know
conveying correctly.
I'm saying what my point is
that
college
the
football is
conversation.
gone. It's that with the NIL is gone.
Keegan, you
No,
can
I
unmute.
understand that you want the players, but the thing is, okay. Let me
talk about the
rephrase
system,
it, please.
Hey, Mark, we gonna drop you down so you can play your game.
Hey, can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
when they stop Harbaugh from doing satellite camps, that's when that's when Harbaugh just that's when you knew they was gonna do everything in their power to stop Harbaugh from having success in college football. Because you remember when he went down south and did all them and all the
They was upset.
SEC, yeah,
Nick
and
Saban,
that was
all of them was upset.
and that was the first time he had it with with the NCAA, and then he never let that go. They knew didn't let it go, and then when he
I
spoke
think he
out
did
about
let it go.
revenue sharing, that's when they went down. They started going after Michigan.
That's a great point, Mark. Hey, we appreciate you, big dog. I'm gonna drop
NIL
you.
started
You
in
welcome anytime.
2021, like 2021. Look at our recruiting classes 2021, 2022, and 2023. That come to the school for the team for the best of the best players is over.
No. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I agree with your point. It's very valid. What I'm saying is, and I was thinking of this, is Phil Jackson at the Bulls. He ran the triangle offense. When Jordan left, they didn't have much success. When he went to the Lakers and he had Kobe Bryant, the triangle offense became a success again. So that's what I'm getting at here. Although we won Underwood, we want to pay him. Like, look, we'll give you $5 million. Sure, you're going to throw the football, but we still need to keep the core principles. I'm not talking about the team to team, but we need good offensive linemen. We need good defensive linemen. We need good linebacker play. We need good coordinators to help these kids
and you think
prepare
that's
for
not
the
going to be
NFL level.
You don't think
But
that's
how do you get them?
now?
How do you get them now, Dom? How do you get them without money?
You pay them.
Yeah. All right. So look.
Right. So what's
look.
it matter
We
if we're
gotta.
running a triangle or whatever? If I'm getting
We do
paid.
gotta advance the conversation. I'm gonna drop a couple people. Struggle. Hey, anytime,
All right.
bro. You are welcome,
Thank
man.
you,
We
gentlemen.
appreciate you coming up.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good
you my
one.
guy.
All right. I'm
Yo,
still
sir.
building chat.
My brother.
All right.
Yes, sir. T. Before we any last thing you want to get off before we move on here?
Yeah. So I think with the whole, just one last point on the Wink thing, I think that, the one thing that bothers me about Wink is last year we had like a all-time great defense, like all-time great. And those players mean so much to the history of this program.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the ones, like the key guys, like the Wills, the Masons, they deserve better. They deserve better. Like, I think we owed them better this year. So, like, to bring in the guy to kind of see if his system worked, I don't think they deserve that.
And there, you preaching to me, because I feel bad for them dudes.
Yeah, like I feel horrible for them because they deserve better. Like, they mean so much to this program,
and they know they're being poorly coached.
Yes,
they know that.
Mm-hmm.
They know they're being set up to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon's first mistake.
They look defeated half the time.
Fact.
I'm
Sharon's
not
first
gonna lie.
mistake as head coach was not keeping Steve Klingscale.
Yes. Hey, and one last thing, fella. That $3 million that he getting, they could give that shit to us. We'll do a better job than him. I ain't gonna lie.
Facts.
We'll split that shit up, man.
Right, no doubt. Hey, T, man, we appreciate you coming up, my guy.
I'll catch y'all next time.
No doubt.
Brother. Another problem we got is we're losing too much talent in Michigan.
Yes, and that's why I think it's important for it.
You got to take the state back, bro. There's no reason we shouldn't. Right now, what should we have on the bench? Dante Moore, CJ Carr,
bro.
Who else?
It's a couple linebackers at Notre Dame that should be.
Nick Marsh
Michigan,
should be
right?
a receiver.
Nick Marsh, right?
Yeah,
like all this talent we losing, bro. That's a problem. You got to win your state.
But I would say this though, in Moore's first year, look at that recruiting class so far we have, and we're not done yet. Right. Mm-hmm. And if he could pull off Underwood, that's better than anything Jim Harbaugh's done.
We need that.
Since we landed Rashawn Gary. Right. Mm-hmm. So look, Sharon Moore, he said he was going to be aggressive on the recruiting trail, and at least he kept his word on that because the results are showing right now. And Michigan is not done. So this could be a real elite recruiting class for Sharon Moore, his first season. So at least that's a good thing, right? That's a good sign moving forward. And if you're right, one thing is when you're an elite team, you want to keep that elite talent in your state. But I will also say this: Georgia loses a lot of talent.
They do.
State.
It's a lot of
Believe it or
people.
not, as much as they
Florida, I mean, but those
seem like
states
they
are
get a
different.
lot too
That's
from
what,
Georgia.
exactly. It's different because it's a whole bunch of talent there, right? In Michigan, that's not necessarily the case. Michigan, only like those top 4 or 5 guys are worth. Let me
You
not say
got to
worth,
get one
but
of them though.
those are the 4 and 5 star guys, right? In Michigan,
Yeah. When we get one,
Keegan,
we got to get them.
You're right.
No,
No,
absolutely.
but that's a
Absolutely.
fact. That's a fact. Michigan needs that, right? You need you mentioned that Madman that where Tressel he put a fence around Ohio.
Tressel came in, put
They're
that
not
fence around
allowing him.
Ohio, and Lloyd Carr couldn't go and snipe the best talent out of there no more, and that was part of the downfall, right? But Keegan, you've been muted the whole time, man. My bad. How you feeling? What's your thoughts on the game? What's your thoughts on the conversation?
Yeah, I just picked up on the conversation. I think Maniac made some good points. Like I think recruiting is where it's at right now, and I think Sharon Moore. Like I feel like I'm not an insider, but I feel like this was probably the plan the whole time with the transition from Harbaugh to Moore. Moore had a lock on the locker room, and the players were in his office. And I mean, to be frank, Moore is focused on recruiting and projecting what they want to do. And I just want to be honest. I don't mean to insult anyone, but um, like you know I think Sharon Moore, with the backing of the funding, and I think he's the right guy for the job. To be honest with you, he's the young forgive me, the young black men are going to like Sharon Moore, and I think that's going to work. I think and people, and it's kind of like the new NFL. People, like, if you take a job, you're going to take the highest salary job. For most people, they're going to take the highest bidder, and I think that's what you're seeing with Michigan and Sharon. As much as we've seen this year with the coaching and the problems, like, I truly do think that Sharon is the guy for the job, because he's going to be able to handle both those things. He's focused on the locker room, and he's focused on recruiting and getting the money where it needs to be.
No, I agree with that 1000%, Keegan. Sure. It's almost that the same thing Notre Dame did to a less a higher degree, actually, because they went with Marcus Freeman after Brian Kelly, and I think that was trying to keep that class that they had together, as well as galvanize the young players in the locker room, and what it could do for recruiting going forward. I think the same thing happened with Sharon Moore. He was the OC for the previous 2 years. At least he shared that with Weiss at one point, and then last year taking that role over completely. What he was able to do with that offensive line, Joe Moore Award winning back to back, that's never been done. His recruiting along that offensive line, even though this year was a little shaky, baby, but uh, I agree with why that decision was made. The cohesiveness there, trying to keep what you've built over the last 3 years together. It just was never going to be a season this year and I know in our preseason thing we went Michigan's going 12-0. That was never going to happen. Based on the talent on offense, the returning what we were returning on offense, I think we kind of looked at that defense and the stars on it and didn't look behind the stars, because the drop off was significant this year. It wasn't significant last year when we went to the second string and all of that. But this year that drop off was very significant. So I think the expectations of the fans needed to be a little more tempered. which would have probably helped with the outrage that we getting now. But I also think the coaching needs to be better. There's no doubt about that. As much as we giving Sharon a pass, Sharon also needs to, take that look in the mirror. I was half-heartedly joking when I said he needs to look in the mirror this offseason, right? Some of these assistants, there probably needs to be some attrition in the coaching staff. I'm not, here to fire anybody. Talking to you, Kurt Campbell. Talking to you, Ron Bellamy. Brian Jean-Marie. But maybe some attrition is needed along that coaching staff. You know what I mean?
And,
Let me ask you guys
as much
this.
as I defend the coaches, I just want to point out I'm not without criticisms either.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What would be your outlook if Michigan goes into Columbus and wins that game?
I think
as far
they
as
will.
coaching staff goes, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I think they will win that game. And really we should have won against Oregon, but we had two starting cornerbacks out and we had coaching errors.
Mm-hmm.
So the fourth down, I'm with Kinetic. I support who's there, while they're there. But that fourth down with, rolling out, I get why they did it, because they've run that reverse, all year. And, maybe the first take was there's going to be a guy in the right of the end zone and they're all firing after Samaj, and then he just dumps it to the guy in the corner, but he throws it across the field. So the commentary was correct. It was a terrible call. It wasn't the time to do it or the place on the field to do it. You do that play on a second down on the 50-yard line to get a chunk play. It wasn't the right play call for the situation. I would have rolled out Orgy and just dumped it to the tight end or something like that.
And that's what's scary to me. That's scary to me that you don't have the wherewithal to not to call that in that situation, that down with your quarterback that's playing well now. That's scary to me. 4 yards? That's scary to me. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm sorry.
No,
that's scary to me that you actually thought that was a good call, Kurt Campbell or whoever called it. That's scary. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. That's a scary call that you're that brave and that you probably thought this was good. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, you listen, man, Johnny, 100%. It was 4th and 4, and I seen Orgy running on the field. I had to wipe my eyes. Hold on, is that really Orgy? Or maybe scheme it better. Have him and Warren out there at the same time. Like you said, Johnny, eye candy. Wait a minute. We never seen Warren and Orgy. What's going on here? Is he running? Are they throwing? But listen, you don't call that play. I think at the end of the day, I would have liked to see Warren continue to just, do him because, listen, he played a good game. I'm not saying
He's the reason we were in that game.
Correct. Mm-hmm. He played a good game, man, against an elite team, right? So if he could have that game next week at Indiana, I think we'll have a very good chance. Not saying we're going to win. We're going to have to run the ball because, again, this elite defense. And, again, it's going to be another test for Wink. Okay, can you continue what you did in the second half against Oregon and do it for 4 quarters against Indiana? Because, again, you saw what Oregon did to us, right? Score a touchdown with 20 seconds left. Expect Signetti to do the same. Nobody got respect for Michigan. They mad at us because we know that fake, y'all did, you know what? And on top of that, y'all national champs, they going to kick us while we down, bro. And
which, by the way, Dan Lanning, count your days.
He going to get his, bro.
Count your up
that
days,
was petty.
right?
Some people are saying that was because of the what you call it, the spread.
Right.
It's petty, it's classless.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about it.
Count your days.
But it's gonna come back where we have a way better team than them.
Right.
And we're gonna run it running up on them. Let's believe
Sharon didn't look happy about that. That's one thing
that was classless, bro.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry.
It was so Johnny, like I said, it was, but I understand because you know what? It's because what Michigan accomplished, and I just think they don't. This is right now. They like F y'all. We don't care in your house.
I get that, and it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
But you know what? It's all good. We don't want to sound like that other state, right? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's just petty. It's petty. I get it.
Yeah.
Because I be talking my stuff, so I get it. But it's petty. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't do that to teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only time I can remember we did that was Rutgers 2016 or something with Jabril.
What the 78 zip?
70,
Oh,
70
that was bad.
78 zip.
These last 3 years, the only time I think we tried to run it up was Michigan State, and we really couldn't. But we it was 49-0. I mean, but he gonna get his. You know, he gonna get his because it always circles back around.
Correct.
Look, it's we've reached a third hour. All right.
Marathon.
There are things to do. I want to thank my guy JOJ for coming up again. I got to thank Keegan. I think is this your first time popping up in the chat, Keegan?
He was on it the other day.
I see you. I see him in the chat all the time. But shout out to Keegan.
Keegan?
This is my second call in. Yeah,
cool.
I appreciate y'all
Yeah.
taking my call.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Anytime.
Keep calling.
Hey, Brian Greasy was at the game.
I like that. Brian Greasy should probably be the quarterback coach.
That's what I'm saying. Brian Greasy was at the game.
Brian Greasy should definitely be the quarterback coach. Ron Tarver, I'm sorry. Try and get up again. I don't know what's going on, Ron. I apologize that this isn't allowing me to let you up. It's saying you need to connect the mic and cam before I can add you. But yeah, anybody that connects on their phone or whatever got some advice for Ron.
No.
I
All right.
haven't had that issue, so I don't know. I mean, that one time I tried to jump on as a caller and it wasn't registering my mic. I just for whatever reason StreamYard didn't like that headset that I had. I just had to try. I called back again from my phone. Ron, see if you can do it from your phone.
You got to take off your headphones.
Yeah. Okay. If you got headphones, you got to take those out, Ron.
Yeah.
Ripstar said, "Thanks for paying them to comment." Shout out to Ripstar, who is the
Ripstar's
greatest.
the MVP, man.
Shout out to Kirk Campbell and the coaching staff, man. For disappointing us once again. We appreciate
Congratulations, you played yourself.
As fans, that's how I feel right now. Until next time. Oh, before we get out of here, I'm my bad. I'm drunk. Marmar, of course. Anytime, you're welcome. You know that.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. It's all love, man. I love my Go Blue family, man.
My guy was literally
like y'all keep saying.
Up
they
here
keep
playing
kicking us
video
while we
games.
down. We'll be back up.
No doubt, absolutely. But follow us everywhere. Follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. My guy, the boxing maniac. You see it right there. _boxing_maniac on Instagram. Hit him up. Kinetic 615 everywhere. He's that everywhere. He just got his first hate mail on Twitter, so he's officially been christened.
He's someone I ain't never talked to before.
Exactly. People, complete strangers. Complete strangers. Shout out to the.
Let's talk about
absolutely. I didn't see what Rip had to say now. Let's talk about it. You know it. My guy JOJ. Be sure to subscribe to the Johnny Olden Jr. channel.
Yes.
You get those car lives, best moments on YouTube happening in those car lives. The JOJ show.
Yes.
He also does analysis and breakdowns. We expect something tomorrow. Tomorrow he gonna be, I'm sure, live tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe then. I mean, subscribe to him. Keegan, again, thanks for coming up. Everybody who came up tonight, everybody who gave the super chats, I gotta run it down because it wouldn't be right if I didn't. Ripstar, of course, damn near got us through the first hour himself with the super chats. Devin Swilly, we appreciate it. Mr. Jones, of course, we appreciate it. Dom, our guy, we appreciate it. Anybody else? Want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Rock City, we appreciate it. Treppa, Dexter Green, he's a member. You should be a member too. If you're not, do that. Until next time, man. You know the slogan. Stay angry, my friends.
I'm upset.